Malcolm.
I am Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
I am a sad stallion.
I am Franklin.
And
we're the Idiot Savants.
And you're listening to Crazy Train of Thought on the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am your host, Ryan Wolf. We are live, officially live from Savant Studios. Savant Studios. Thank you to Jim for buying me this sign.
And now they can see we're clapping.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, they could see it with their ears before, Philip.
Well, they didn't know if it was clapping or not.
I can taste with my ears.
Okay. What? I don't know if I said this yet, but I'm your host, Ryan Wolf. And joining me today, I have
Philbo Swaggin,
Philbo
straight from the Shire.
Glad you're here, buddy.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here as always.
Next,
Soupman.
Soupman Justin Campbell's here.
Yeah.
Welcome
Fucking
back.
bearded dick.
All right, listen. You know how hard
We're
it
this
is
close.
for
We're
me,
this close to making it through your segment without that.
right? You know how
I know
hard
what
it is.
you were going for,
no,
and I
no,
said
because
no.
people are always like, "Oh, so you're on a podcast?" Well, yeah, and then they're like, "Why are you called Bearded Dick?" I can't share it because work to be like, "Oh, what's this?" Click. Bearded Dick. What?
Bearded Dick.
Exactly. No one looks you in the eyes anymore. when you
And
get
that
called
one actually
Bearded
was
Dick.
brought to you by Troy Says.
Okay. Next,
Pokemaster Troy Osborn here.
Pokemaster Troy Osborn is here. Thank you for joining us, Troy. I think that mic might need to be a little bit, tiny bit closer to you.
Close.
So close that you can
Sir.
taste
Okay, yep,
the
yep,
sweet
right
sweat
there.
left
Yep,
by
I like it.
someone else.
I like it. Well, it's Colin's mic, so it
Actually,
would be
no, that
Colin's
is
sweat.
Troy's mic because he
He
was over
switched
here.
mics.
But it's Colin's mic stand.
And filter.
So
Don't make out with the filter.
I'm gonna lick the filter, Colin.
Colin was here and he jetted because he didn't feel good.
His
so
tum-tum did not feel
His tum-tum-
Everybody send him love.
yes,
His tumbly was in a rumbly.
I was gonna call him a pussy, but yes, Colin, we're all very concerned for you. Please get better.
Colin was being... Well, we're actually very sad about it. Oh, pussy, ladies and gentlemen. We would like all of our listeners to donate $10,000 to the podcast
Yes.
in honor of Colin.
In honor of Colin, he has coronavirus and he is dying.
Whoa.
Wait.
Let's not say that yet.
All right, fine. Troy,
Yep,
you played Streets of Rage.
I did.
What's that like? Tell me.
It's like playing Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Genesis, but on the
Okay.
Xbox One. And with, up-res picture, and it looks really nice. It plays pretty nice. It's...
So for the listeners that don't know what Streets of Rage is.
Okay, it's a
Start.
side-scrolling beat-em-up.
Nice, okay.
And 2D, like, flat, and you kind of move up and down the stage.
Okay.
In
a
a
side
left or right.
scroller?
Yeah. I said that.
Oh, you did.
He did.
He did.
I totally
Side-scrolling
spaced.
beat 'em up, he
To
said.
quote the exact words, Troy says, a side-scroller beat 'em up. Sorry.
Can the name of this episode just be Troy Says?
Maybe.
No, fuck you. We're not giving you any clout.
No, it needs to be
We'll
brought
see.
to you by Troy Says. TM. We trademarked it. Don't fucking use it.
But anyway, yeah, it's like I went back. I saw that on Game Pass you can get the Streets of Rage 2 Classic.
Okay.
like and play it on my Xbox One, and I played it, and it's the exact same first level almost.
Oh wow.
So it's pretty cool to play that again with new characters. You have 4 new characters now. There's like the Ken style beat 'em up guy, and then the girl sexy with the big boobies beat 'em up girl.
Okay.
And then there's a big giant brawler dude.
All right.
Also with the big boobies?
No, he's got the big arms.
He's got the fit boobies.
He's got the big arms.
The fitty titties. They're called.
Otherwise known as perks.
Then there's a little tiny like girl with a guitar that you get to beat people up with a guitar.
So Hannah Montana.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I would take that.
It's the best of both worlds, bitch. Wait, was that was that Big Time Rush?
I realized it as I was. I'm just glad.
What's your Big Time Rush?
What's Big Time Rush? Is that a band?
I think
was that
it's like
Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Hannah Montana
Disney?
The
band.
answer to that.
Oh, okay.
I think
It's
it was
like
like
one of those dumb
Nickelodeon's
shows.
like Hannah Montana, but men.
And it's basically like a meme now where someone's like, oh, what's the Big Time Rush? And then someone actually says something horrible. And then they play the theme song, which just starts off as, oh.
That's the only reason I know that is because it's a meme.
Okay.
It's big on
yeah,
TikTok.
I bet.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
If I looked at your Spotify, it would just be
I don't have one.
Big Time Rush on
So,
repeat.
yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, Streets of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage 4. It's fun.
So it was just classic?
No. I mean, I haven't got that far into it because it's actually way more difficult than the original game.
Okay.
Because they do that for some reason. And then and I was trying to do it without adding the modifiers, which is you basically get more lives. It's kind of like playing an arcade game in the arcade, side-scrolling beat 'em up style.
Well, not wasting your quarters.
You get so many lives, and if you run out, you got to use quarters or you got to use cheats.
Right.
And I was trying to beat it without that, but
it's hard to jam the quarters into your console, isn't it?
You know that disc tray, I throw him in there, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
What do you mean disc not red?
It's just a little mini disc. It's
Right.
It's only this.
We're going back to the GameCube.
Okay.
the US
Yeah, mini disc. That name's taken. Sorry, that probably is trademarked.
teeny disc.
Because you guys
Teeny
brought up
disc.
money in discs. I bought the phone mount for my truck that goes into the CD tray, right?
Okay.
And I shoved that thing in the CD tray because my CD player doesn't work.
So you decide to just
Well, this thing is made for that, so I put it in there. And I was like, man, this thing seems a little wobbly, so I'm going to pull it out and maybe shove something in there to make it just a little bit tighter.
Yeah, like a screwdriver.
No,
You
I
just
was thinking
snapped
like a half of a Pokemon card that I ripped in half.
Oh.
That's my plan. I have lots of those in my car. So when I pull it out,
Can we hang on? So, regardless of the Pokemon card thing, do you realize all the hand motions
Yes,
you're using?
yes.
All right.
No big deal.
And the great thing is that it's being recorded.
Yeah,
so.
now we got video of Troy.
I'm waiting for this, so I had to, and then I just gently caressed it open, right? And then I don't understand.
I don't understand why my truck was upset.
Baby,
Baby, what's wrong with you?
I pulled it out of there.
All right.
That's a first.
Yeah. 3 kids.
Thank you for picking up on that.
Stuck in the little wedges of the CD of the phone holder is a quarter. Like
In your CD player.
it came out of my CD player.
Well, I wonder why it wasn't
work.
fucking working.
What the fuck?
Did you think you were thinking?
So then I was like, I was like, I wonder if I tapped on it and it's like fucking kids.
I think you just forgot it wasn't a jukebox.
I was drunk one night, just throwing quarters in.
You found yourself the redneck leprechaun.
Yeah.
It's just an old truck with a CD player and I got 1 quarter. There ain't no damn gold coins here, just a fucking quarter.
So needless to
Plays
say,
banjos.
I need to pull my radio apart and get the quarters out of my CD player.
What if you just pull it out and it's just like a mountain of quarters? You're like, that's the noise my truck has been making.
I keep wondering where my change is going. I assumed my wife was stealing it. Turns out my kids were paying my truck for rides.
Hey, Uber.
Oh,
They were
Teach them young. Teach them young.
Now, to go with your whole... They were just giving you the tip, man.
Yeah. That was my money, though.
They don't know that.
That's big brain moves right there.
Finders keepers, man.
You steal the money from the man you are paying and then pay him with that money. That's called profit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stonks.
Also fraud,
Stonks.
but it's not a big deal.
Fraud's just an abbreviation.
Yeah. So, we didn't get very far in Streets of Rage, but I thought you had a good thing going.
But it's really I like the look of it. It makes you think back to playing the Genesis.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was only on Genesis. I'm assuming it was on Nintendo consoles too.
Mm-hmm.
But I played it on Genesis, and I remembered the character that I used, and I told Emmett all about it, and he was into it. And I think the next time I will play co-op and play with him.
Right.
I've heard some other people talk about, and you can do co-op online, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you can, beat them up with your friends.
I wonder, crossplay?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I know it's Game Pass.
Okay.
So that's good.
Okay.
You got Game Pass, just try it. It's
Yeah.
free.
I saw that was on Game Pass, and I did not download it yet, but I thought, hey, man, maybe.
Is Streets of Rage the one with Hagar?
No.
No? Which one is that?
Hagar is Street Fighter.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
There's a Hagar in Street Fighter. It may not be the one you're referencing.
There
but
was a
for sure.
Heihachi Mishima in Tekken, if I just wanted
That
to
is,
add.
I think that's what you meant. Did you mean Heihachi Ishima?
Heihachi
No.
Mishima.
Hold on.
Heihachi Mishima? Yeah.
Oh, now he's looking it up.
Masashi Kishimoto.
My name is Jeff.
No, my name is
No, I
Heihachi.
don't want to update my phone.
So, while you're doing that, am I the only one that thought Streets of Rage was just like a construction game where you just piss people off by how you're not getting anything done? No, you can't come. Roads closed.
It's only in Michigan.
Yeah. No, oh,
Yeah,
God.
it takes
Yes.
place in Michigan.
No, that's just they don't
for sure.
fix potholes.
No, it's the fucking worst.
Oh, yeah, no, it is Hagar, Michael Hagar, and it's from the Final Fight. He's a huge dude, and he has, like, green overalls or something. He's this giant guy, and so you said huge buff man. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe that's Hagar.
Gotcha.
But Hagar's in Street Fighter.
Yeah,
also.
they
there's
must have
definitely
had him as
with
a...
Hagar.
With a green
Yeah, they had him.
overalls thing.
They had him because it's Capcom, so they had him as like a special character.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Gotcha.
It makes sense because he was like a mayor in the phone Street Fighter puzzle fighter. That's what it was.
Huh?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was almost a sentence.
Almost.
With these old games, there's a little comedy bit I'll have to show you guys later about a guy, and he jokes about how he's like, being a video game doctor must be weird. It's like, oh, what did you eat? Oh, an apple. Oh, you had an apple? No, I found an apple. Like, did you buy it? No, I just found it and ate it in one bite. It's like, what else have you eaten? Oh, fully cooked rotisserie chickens. Where did you find these? Oh, in a trash can. Just roll, disappear. There's a chicken. One bite.
You are literally talking about Streets
Yeah.
of Rage now.
Yeah, that's what it was. That was the joke.
You punch the trash can and out comes an apple, or
Yeah.
out comes. I would call it a turkey.
Yeah.
I haven't played a
Hang on.
side-scrolling beat-em-up in a long time.
It's an apple, but you would call the apple a turkey.
No, sometimes there's apples, sometimes there's turkeys.
Yeah, sometimes
One-
there's
sometimes
turkey
there's
shaped
an apple
apples.
turkey.
One heals you more than the other.
The
So.
apple.
Obviously.
Because
Keeps the
vegans.
doctor away.
Yeah. An apple a trash can keeps the doctor an ash can. I don't know.
Yes. Thank
Something
you. You made it
along those
rhyme.
lines.
So, yeah, I think the last side-scrolling beat-em-up I played was the Power Rangers game.
Ooh.
And not any of the new ones.
Yeah.
And the Super Nintendo, I believe.
I had that in Game Gear.
Oh, it's so good. It's
It was
such
a
a
really good game.
terrible game. The X-Men one also is
Yes,
really good
I had
for
that one
Super
also.
Nintendo. Oh,
On the Game Gear.
man, get to play as Wolverine.
That's always fun.
I had
the last one that I owned was a remake of Double Dragon. That's what
There
it
you
was,
go.
which I played.
Okay.
The one that I more recently played was me and my wife in Tennessee went to an arcade. This was probably last year, but there was an arcade where you pay like $10 and you get to play whatever you want, and they had like hundreds of pinball machines, hundreds of arcades. So there was like a Dungeons and Dragons one, which was fun.
Yeah.
Or like there was Streets of Rage and stuff, and all those old ones. So it was like 500 machines, and you just pay $10 and pay whatever you want, which is awesome.
Nice.
So
nice.
We have one of those in town. I'll tell you about it later.
I don't know that I've
been in there.
Like played those in an arcade. Like I've never played those ones.
Man.
Streets of Rage and stuff like that. I've never played an arcade.
Arcades are fun, especially if there's the ones where you pay a little bit and you go all day.
Right.
Oh, wait, no. I did recently, because there was a barcade that I actually did the signs for that opened. And
okay, I gotcha.
Went there, which was cool. They had some nice drinks and played some fun games, and then we went home.
Philip.
Yes.
You also built a computer.
I did.
How did that go?
First time. Shockingly well.
All right. Good.
It's also the size of a table.
Yeah. So evidently the picture I took that I showed to everyone.
Just real quick, you might want to put that in here.
Yes. I will insert the picture Philip sent to the group chat.
And just so you know, in the future, whoever's editing this, cut this part out.
Sure.
I'm just letting you know so you don't have me, hey, put the picture.
We can't show the finger, but we can certainly say fuck.
YouTube hates it.
10 things YouTube hates.
The top 10 things YouTube hates. 1, freedom of speech.
2, Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 3, not Jake Paul.
All right.
Anyway, so yes, evidently this picture I took was at just the right angle. Multiple people thought my computer was from the floor to the top of my desk. So it was like a 3-foot computer case.
Like a good 12-pound baby.
Yeah. It's massive.
Which it was not. It's sitting on it's still big, but it's sitting on a table. And I'm like,
it's a normal sized computer case.
Because first
that thing's perfectly air cooled, man. You don't have to worry about it ever overheating. Everything's perfectly spaced apart.
But yeah, no, because you said something first. And then I got multiple people on Facebook going like, how big is your case? And I'm like, oh no, what picture did I take? How did this work out?
My favorite part was Troy had to clarify, is the computer tower from the floor to the top of the desk as tall as the desk?
Yep. I'm like, no. It's on a table.
Not.
It's big, but it's on a table.
So that went well. The computer building went well. Did you need to look up any tips? Did you run into issues?
Yeah. I ran into like small hiccups. I ran into things that because again, I've never built a computer before, so there's a lot of parts that I didn't know. But I basically spent an entire weekend just going back and forth on every fucking part until I found stuff that worked. And then right before I purchased everything, I got that thing on PC Part Picker. No compatibility issues found. And I was like, order every fucking part. And so I got it all in. And luckily, the one part that was going to take forever came in like 2 weeks early, which is great, which is my motherboard.
Good. And
I figured it would. They're like, oh, it's not going to be available until the end of May. And I'm like, bet. And
it's going to be May.
Yeah, so I got it. But no, I put it together. I was following some video tutorials. I was watching some stuff. And like, computers aren't too terribly hard. And the case I got was also set up really well. Like, I didn't know it had a fan hub, which was great.
Okay.
So, and the cable management in it is beautiful. So they have all this awesome stuff.
Good.
Get the motherboard in, start going through stuff. And then the first hiccup I get to that freaked me out at first is I was doing the power supply stuff. And when you take the power from the power supply to the motherboard, it had a missing pin. And I'm like, oh no.
Right.
The one fucking thing they broke. And then I'm like, missing pin. And they're like, oh yeah, that's an old thing that nobody uses anymore. So it's just not there. And I'm like, cool. Because it used to be like a minus 5 volt white cable or something.
Yeah.
It's not used anymore. So it just plugs in, plays. Good. Then, I'm trying to think. I had some other issue. Oh, that's what it's right. I had 2 things that just took time because I couldn't find them. I couldn't find my NVMe mounts.
Okay.
Like, because, you slide it in and it goes down, but it's kind of springy.
Yes.
And then it has a separator and then a little screw that goes into that separator.
The tiniest screw you've ever fucking
screw
seen.
You could ever find in your life.
Oh my God.
And
Good
I was
luck
like,
finding that if you drop it.
And I was like, oh no, did I not get these?
Right.
And so I'm searching in the power supply, the case, the motherboard, every freaking box that sent me screws. I even had 2 boxes from the power supply and then the thing you told me to get. I'm like, none of these work. And then like just under one of the manuals, I was like, little fucking pig, these are them. Ah! And then the last thing that took me like an hour was finding my fucking flash drive.
Yeah.
I set up a flash drive with my Windows boot.
Right.
And then I moved my desk, brought my new one in, and I'm like, oh no, where's my drive? And it took me like an hour, and it was under a fucking piece of paper.
Always is.
On the floor, and I'm like, you son of a...
You cannot elude
I'm going to do what's
forever.
called a pro gamer move.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
But, yeah, and then I built the desk, put everything on it. And it's like, I was like, please turn on. Plug in the USB in the front. It can't read it. Like, it comes in, but the thing, like, probably just not the updates yet. It works fine now. I put it in the back, and then it goes right to the boot. Everything installs. It's done in like a few minutes, and I'm like, dang, this is an SSD. And then I got it all running. Everything was beautiful. I bought, because I was originally planning on waiting for a monitor, which I ordered, and I canceled that order because it's not going to ship until like June, because they were on back order.
Okay.
And then it's also a monitor I don't want anymore.
Right.
And I got a very nice, because I was watching Best Buy while I was at work just to see what they were getting in, because every so often they'd have little influxes of monitors. And one day, they have a 28-inch 4K 60 hertz Samsung monitor.
Nice.
And I'm like, fuck it. $300, let's go. And I get it, and I'm like, damn. 28 inches is fucking big on a monitor when you're like right in your face.
A giant monitor.
It's like when I pulled out the 65-inch TV in my living room, and I'm like, wow.
That's a big motherfucker.
That's
right
a big
there.
motherfucker. And it's so nice to have so much room, and I'm like, this is going to be so great for editing. I can see little fine details. So I got that going, and then from my dad, I bought his old studio monitors.
Okay.
Because he got some new ones, and they're JBLs, so they're good. I plugged them in. I didn't know something could sound that good.
Wow.
I was shocked. So I set them up. I'm still adjusting because I got a riser plate and some foam pads for them so they can turn better and be like angled, because how I designed my desk, I did the best I could. But so I got to get some stuff to turn them. But I turn them on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw up the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer, blast it up on my nice big 4K screen, and then aim the speakers at me, and fucking hell.
And you were enraptured.
I know, because like they each have their own power. They have their own subs because they're fucking studio monitors. And I was sitting, and I've never been that encompassed by sound in my life. If you want good speakers, get some fucking JBL speakers.
Instant orgasm.
Damn. And then I brought my wife in, and she's like, fucking hell, this is insane. I'm like, I know the sound. It's all around me. And then the funny thing is, like, the cables he gave me, because they use TRS cables, so it's like the standard is 1/4 inch. Yes, 1/4 inch instead of 3.5.
Yep.
And those got insane feedback, which I'm guessing is just because it was close to everything. I don't know. So I took these cables I had, which were 3.5s, and I have a bunch of adapters that go to the 1/4 inch, plug those in, and everything was fine. The sound was great. So that's how I have them set up.
Okay.
They're adapters, 3.5 adapter, and it sounds amazing. No feedback. They're braided, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
It could.
But the difference is insane, because I got a Ryzen 9, pretty much one of the better AMDs I can get right now, which it's barely using any of its processing power to do stuff. It's insane. It's wonderful. 32 gigs of RAM, which I overclocked in quotes, but not really. I just got them to run up at a higher voltage to be at their actual speed.
Okay.
Because I know, like, a lot of motherboards, like I was doing research, and a lot of them have them just stay at 266.
Yes.
Or 26, however it is. But I just set it to its auto mode, and it auto upped them, so they're running at that. Got a motherboard, which I love it. No issues. The only issue that people ever said it had, I didn't have. Which they just said, like, some of the linings for the USBs can be a little off, so they're a little sticky.
Okay.
Like, they don't want to work quite right. But no issues there. Everything worked. I turned that power switch on, and not a single issue.
Nice.
Not a one.
That's good, man.
Picked up everything, and I was like, I was so worried something would go wrong.
Right.
Because it was about half the day of me just this, that, back and forth, all the little plugs, and man, some of those cords are tiny.
Yeah.
But I got everything in, got all my stuff plugged, and yeah, and the difference between this computer and my old one, just in terms of booting, because like I I don't use sleep now. I just shut it down because my SSD doesn't seem to like sleep anyway.
Okay.
Which I've done some research, and it seems like that's kind of the same thing that a lot of people have, where like SSDs don't really like sleep because it doesn't want to come out of sleep easily. It's got to kind of go back and forth. So I'm like, well, screw it.
Yeah, just shut it down.
Shut it down.
Take 15 seconds to boot.
Yeah,
like
it does. 15 seconds. I'm at the screen. I enter my password, and I go in, and I can already just internet boom done. Whereas my old computer, if I had it off, it's about anywhere between 45 seconds and 2 minutes before I'm at that main
just
screen.
quit by that time. Fuck.
Enter my password if it lets me. I have to click 20 times
You
for
live
this
with
stupid
your
thing.
wife. Why do you have a password on your PC?
That's a good point.
I don't know. Like, it just depends. So I just go do, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a thing where you just get used to doing it, and it's just done.
Because if someone steals the computer.
I mean, I guess I
Why
don't
all
know.
my shit has passwords on it.
I mean, I think it's also like linked to my actual like Microsoft or Google accounts, to where like you enter that in, and so that's a code.
Right.
So if somebody tries to steal anything, but then so then it's 4 minutes have elapsed before I'm even into the main screen, and I got another 3 minutes until I can actually start using stuff. Whereas it's just boop, 30 seconds, and I'm already on Google from it being off.
So did you play any games with it?
I did. So I ran, because I don't have that many PC games yet, because I'm not really a PC gamer.
Yep.
I more am, again, getting into it, editing or making games, which I've started working on.
Nice.
This is fun. I got Unity, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
Like, they got
Sweet.
tutorials and stuff, so that was fun. So I'll see what I can make. But yeah, I played Lord of the Rings War in the North, because that was a game I had. Max settings, and it looks okay.
Yeah.
Like, it looks as good as it can, because it's not that graphic fidelity, but like butter.
I mean, you could
Running,
download
like-
Modern Warfare, like,
Yeah, it's free.
and just
I will
play
probably
Modern
do that
Warfare.
at some point.
I
Try it out.
did that with Ryan's
Do they have
laptop,
cross
and it-
accounts?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
That's-
cross.
Make
Yeah.
sure you remember the account. You like go to callofduty.com, log into your account, and make sure that account is what's linked to your Xbox account.
or my
'Cause-
PlayStation account.
Or yeah,
PlayStation.
fuck.
No, it's got to be your Xbox account.
Sorry. But yeah,
with you there.
so make sure it's logged into the link to the right
Yeah.
one. Because if you log into the wrong one,
You fuck boy.
you have to do what Colin did and get a hold of Activision and get them to unlink the account that's linked to your BattleNet.
Ooh,
And it's a pain in the ass. So I tried it on Ryan's laptop because I want to try Warzone on PC. And I logged into the wrong one.
Oh, no.
I have logged into my very first gamer tag
no.
ever made
Big
that I was
chunga.
going to share with my buddy. So it was JBoz88. And it's like,
Brought to you by J-Boz.
JBoz88.
Why?
So,
I don't know.
J-Boz.
so in high school, I don't even know why. Nobody knows why. I kind of like the bearded dick thing.
No. Everyone knows why. Just no one wants to know why.
So my nickname was T-Boz because Troy Osborn, I guess. And then his name was Justin, and everybody called him Jay. So J-Boz and then 88.
Why couldn't I get J? I had to fucking get bearded dick.
You could be J-Dick.
I'd rather not be a dick, but here we are.
Hey, man, it's that J-Soup Dick.
Oh, God, no.
Whoa,
We ain't
too
ever-
far.
Whatever that
Too far.
was, we're going to kill it off.
Campbell's, man.
I know. No, I know what you were doing. We're just going to end it. All right?
Let me get a can of that spotted dick.
All right. So this has turned into, I guess,
Okay.
a Soupman sponsored Pornhub account.
No, so I did War in the North, ran like butter, played it for a little bit, and then I tried to do Arkham Asylum, but that thing does not really run well on PC. Apparently, it just has issues on Steam, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll do Arkham City.
There you go.
So I load up Arkham City, and I put it to max on everything, and there's shit that they're like, don't use this. So I did the anti-aliasing as high as it can go, and everything, and I was getting 30 frames per second.
Nice.
It's still running pretty decently, but it was interesting, which I feel like the 30 frames was probably just simply due to my graphics card, which is not bad, but it's gonna be the only thing that keeps me somewhat lower. And I
Yeah.
could probably turn the anti-aliasing down like one notch and probably get way more.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it could
that
be a
was still
limitation of their engine, too, on PC. Like, it may not run faster than 30 frames per second. So that could be.
I'll have to check and see.
It may be
capped. It's interesting. So that's what I tried. But then, I was just started. The only other thing I really got into in terms of not graphic, but power using was I started doing Unity.
Okay.
To kind of see what they do, which I like how it's set up. It's kind of interesting to see a game engine because it's not just coding.
Mm-hmm.
They have like all these options and stuff. So I'm like, ooh, I might actually be able to make what I want to make in this.
Right, because you're not a coder.
No. I might eventually learn some of it.
Yeah.
I'll have to see how Unity goes. I got Blender, Unity, another special effects program that I've been using, FX Home, which is kind of like After Effects, but it's free. I've used it before. It's pretty good. DaVinci. So I'll be doing a lot of little editing things, kind of trying to get back into that groove, and then I can hopefully do some stuff for us.
Yeah,
some highlights of the live shows.
That's cool, man.
So
I think the Epic Games just made their game engine free, the Unreal Engine free.
Ladies and gentlemen, we call that a segue. Oh.
So if you want to try Unreal Engine, I'm sure it's harder to use than Unity. Yeah. But
I'll see how Unity's tutorials go, because they have nice tutorials where they just walk you through, so I might be able to learn the basics and then see. Because I got one game I really want to make, which will take me some time. I think if I make it, it'd be good. So
yeah, that's cool. We'll do an interview. We'll interview you for the pod.
Yeah,
on your game.
Well, yeah, because we'll have to play it if I am ever able to make it, and I want to have some of you guys in it
for sure. I will be in your game as a voice actor.
Do not make me. Sorry, please do not make me a bearded dick. That's all I ask.
He's just a penis with a beard.
Why are you flopping around my land?
No, it'll just say oi. It'll just flop and go oi.
Oi.
Flop. That'll have to be an enemy now.
Just an army of these things just like fucking squiggling at you.
What are those? That's an inside joke.
Do enough damage and they just get stiffened for hard. There's like a fucking metapod, but useless.
Metapods are already useless. All right.
Yeah. I don't know what you...
I'll call them hard soup. That will be the enemy. I do deserve those crickets. Yeah, I understand.
That is so awkwardly long.
Fucking A. Yeah, it is. And I think that's part of the point.
Yep.
It's like...
It's to let you sit there and think about the mistake you just made.
What, with hard soup?
I just meant in general. But yeah, hard soup. Come on.
I mean, my life.
All right, so I've been playing a bunch of games on Switch. I started up my Switch earlier. I guess it was last week. And I was like, I want to play a JRPG. Ooh. And they just...
And Troy has my DS, so I can't.
yeah. I wanted to play Etrian Odyssey, you motherfucker. And I was like,
son of a bitch,
I can't play Etrian Odyssey. So they just re-released Trials of Mana.
I've heard
on
about
Switch.
this, yeah.
And I was like, should I buy it? It's $50. I got a bunch of games that I already don't play on Switch. And so I thumbed through my games, and so I started a couple and kind of bounced right off them. And then I settled on one that I was like, this looks like it might be a JRPG. Because there was an animated character on the front. So I'm like, all right, here we go. So the game is called Away Journey to the Unknown. And it came out a few years ago on Switch. I'm not sure if it's on any other platforms. I just happen to own it on Switch. So the gameplay trailers do not accurately reflect what this game is. So a lot of the trailers are done in cartoon, which is also what the main screen, the screen art looks like. And so I thought, surely this will be a cartoon. And so you fire up the game and it does, typical JRPG fashion, just goes through a cartoon story. And
then it jumps you into FMV.
Not FMV, but it's actually a first-person exploration game.
Huh.
So
I mean, Journey, that's in the name.
Yes. Yep, it does have the word Journey in the name. You are correct, Philip. If you are referencing the PS4 game Journey, I never played it. I don't know
that was over the shoulder. That's completely different.
Okay.
I do own it. I got it for free. I need to play it at some point.
It's fun.
Noted. So, Away, Journey to the Unknown. So, after the story goes through, and it's pretty simple. It's basically like, you are a young kid living with your grandparents. You don't know where your parents are, and you don't know where they went. They abandoned you or went on like a quest of their own that you didn't get to go. So you live with your grandparents.
Dang.
And you wake up in their house, and then you go talk to a frog in the toilet.
Is this a story of my life?
Dad, is that you?
And the frog in the toilet says, "Did you hear that sound in the basement?" And you're like,
"This is not the game I think it's about to turn into."
And you get a couple of dialogue options, but there's no voice dialogue. And so no matter what you say, the frog's like, "Well, go check out what happened in the basement." And so I'm like, well, I don't really want to know the basement yet. So I go talk to my grandparents, and like, so it's in first person, like I said. So you're exploring the house in first person, and the camera like bounces up and down while you're walking. So it's kind of cool. Like, you feel like you're traversing through this world. And then when you go and see your grandparents, they are done in 2D cartoons. And when you look at them, like, regardless of where the aspect shifts, they always look at you. So even if you go to walk,
pictures.
it is. It's so weird.
It's like those old games where like it just turns and
it does.
Yeah.
So you go to walk to the side and they just like turn and follow you, and they're doing the same shit. They're like in the kitchen making soup or something.
Little did you know you played a horror game. Slender, the anime.
And so your grandpa's like, "Hey, did you hear what happened in the basement?" And you're like, "No, I haven't gone to the basement yet." So, okay, fine, I'll fucking go to the basement.
Did the cat tell you to go to the basement too?
Meow.
Actually,
have you heard what happened in the basement?
The dog might have said go to the basement.
Go to the basement.
You couldn't believe the shit I took down in the basement. Go see what happened.
We promise there's no drugs or dead people.
In that specific order.
This
is a much better game. Let's get this one.
So I go to the basement, and there's just like a hole busted in the wall. And so your dog runs up to you through the hole in the wall. He's like, "Hey, I've scouted ahead. I've scouted ahead, and here's a stick in case you run into any enemies." So
hey there, traveler.
Your dog, which is also a 2D cartoon, hands you this stick, and now the stick is fully 3D rendered, and so is your hand. So you're not a cartoon.
Oh, so this is an acid trip.
But the other things in the world are. So you go ahead and you continue on, and then the enemies that you run into, they appear to be rendered in 3D, but they function like the 2D pictures. So if you strafe to the side, they turn and follow you. So there's only like, they follow you all the time. So you only ever see one side of them. And it's super weird and like kind of off-putting. And they're pretty cartoonish enemies, but they don't look hand-drawn like your grandparents did and like the opening cinematics do.
They don't look hand-drawn like the drawings your grandparents make.
So what you're saying is this was one of those 10-cent sales?
I don't know.
I bet it was.
I mean, I know I didn't pay that much money for it. I think it's probably only like $20 to begin with.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't get it for $20.
Of the games that I played, like I bounced off 3 or 4 games, and this one I was like, actually, this is pretty cool. Like all this is pretty cool. And so I got the stick, and I'm approaching the enemies, and they look like little spider things, nothing too
and they were just
obnoxious.
Like, "Did you see what happened in the basement?"
So I smack them with the stick, and they die in like a pool of blood. It's actually pretty gory. When they die, they get like knocked back, and then they explode.
Horror game.
Yeah, a little bit. There are elements.
You're just pale expression.
So you go through this hole in the wall.
You want to see what happens in the fucking basement?
And you kill a couple of the enemies that are through this tunnel, and you go through the opening of the tunnel, and now you're just like out into this clearing. And so this is the first part of the world that you come to, and I like there are just very short tutorials establishing, I assume, what you will be doing throughout the game, which is you are going to be questing through dungeons, and you are going to go through these dungeons and find whatever MacGuffin's in there that you need to find. So the first 3 small dungeon areas are go to this dungeon and hit a lever, and the lever will open up one of 3 gates. Or like, once you hit all 3 levers, it will open up a gate, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So the dungeons are randomized, and they are randomized for the enemies, but seem to be more or less laid out the same. So in the 3rd dungeon, it actually got pretty difficult, so I died. And when you die, you start over. You start over in your grandparents' house again. And
did you see what happened in the basement?
Had not exactly.
You're like, yeah, fuck off. I know.
Well, no, they understand that you've already talked to them before. So I went and talked to the frog in the toilet, and I went to talk to my grandma.
She's like, damn, sucks you died.
My grandpa was gone, so she was like, hey, grandpa's off to the store, whatever the fuck.
By the way, did you see what happened in the basement?
But I don't remember what she said. She might have said, hey, go check out what happened in the basement. So I go through the basement again, and now I'm out into the main world. And so instead of going right through the main world, I took the other way. I went left. And it only goes 2 directions.
That is how that works,
so
yes?
I went left,
Checks
and
out.
I go to approach this other person that's in the world, and it's actually a talking tree. So
Don't cut me down, boy.
So the tree's like, hey, I'm really angry because I'm a tree and I didn't have thoughts until just now. I'm going to attack you.
What?
How dare you give me sentience?
It's really well written, okay?
Hey, I can think now, and you make me angry, human boy.
That's pretty much what he says. And so you have like 3 choices, and one of them is like, but do you want to be my friend?
Oh my
and
god,
like,
you picked that option, right?
Yeah, and quest with me, basically.
I never
like,
thought about it that way.
I'm throwing acorns at you now.
I'm a fucking tree. Where the fuck am I gonna go?
My roots are down, man.
No, he's walking. He's a walking tree.
Oh, well,
He's
you
an
should
it.
have fucking explained that before I opened
Okay,
my
sorry.
fucking
I'm sorry.
mouth.
Sentient walking tree. So he's like, okay, actually, I do want to fight you. I don't want to be your friend.
Your
and
friendship
then,
means nothing to me, human boy.
And then he's like, never mind. Let's go on an adventure. So
Wait, was
he
that
joins
after
your
the
party.
fight?
No, he doesn't fight you.
Oh,
he's like,
okay.
hey, I want to fight you. And then he's like, never mind.
The power of friendship.
Yes, the power of friendship. The tree is now my friend. So the tree joins my party, and I can press Y, and now I can be the tree. So when you go into tree mode, you have different abilities than what you have in human mode. So in human mode, you pretty much just got stick slap. And in tree mode,
Bigger stick slap.
everything goes like now you're seeing the world through the tree's eyes.
It's like you're embarking on a new adventure.
Fuck off.
Ow.
Terrible.
We're going to have to add that as a soundbite now.
So
I couldn't
yes.
help it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well done. So once you're in tree mode, now the world is like a sepia-toned hand-drawn picture. So you are exploring through still the 3D rendered world, but everything now looks 2D and like scratch drawn. And it's actually super cool. Like this shift in perspective is super
like
weird.
You're seeing through the wood of the tree.
Yeah, I guess so.
The wooden eyes of the tree.
The wooden eyes of the tree. This is how trees see. So in tree mode, you don't have bigger stick slap. You have like
Destructo Brancho.
like acorn bombs that float in the air. So you throw these acorns and
Eat
they
my
just
nuts.
they float in the air, and as enemies come towards them, they explode, and then the enemies explode. So you can actually kill like 3 or 4 enemies at once by throwing like a well-timed acorn throw. So I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool.
I got grenades, man.
Pretty much, yeah. I got floating acorn grenades
So
in tree mode.
Grenade using tree just decided this poor boy with the stick was too strong for me to fight. It must be his friend.
Oh,
Yes.
he's got a stick and I'm made of wood. That
Must
scared.
be my fam. That's why he's pissed. You walked up with the fucking stick. That's like his cousin or some shit.
That's my.
You know what? I didn't like
I
Ralph
don't
that much
know
anyway.
where the dog got it, all right? It was just there.
No, the dog ripped that stick off of that tree specifically.
Okay, that could be.
So you're saying that stick was that tree's dick?
I knew he was going there.
So,
That's what I wanted to say, but I got you to say it instead.
okay. So I go through and I explore the last dungeon, and I did come into contact with some different enemies, because obviously dungeons are somewhat randomized. And so now that I have my tree power, I made it through the whole way. And so I decided, now that I've got this door unlocked, I'll go ahead and explore the rest of the area. And so the setup for the game is that there is a corporation
Jesus fuck. What?
that is doing some type of scientific experiments, and the like ethereal stuff thrown off by the machines is the thing that has caused the tree to, not only the tree to be sentient, but also the enemies to invade these dungeons. And
In a hole in your basement.
In your basement.
What the fuck happened in the basement? Was Grandpa just like, oh, dear God, no, send the boy, send the boy.
So there's
There's a hole.
you
there's a
walk
hole.
up to the guy that works for this company, and he has he looks like the left half of him is mostly dude, and then the right half of him is like some Dead Space shit, where his right arm is a tentacle, but it's a tentacle made of blisters. And like that is also the left half of his face. So you talk to him, and you don't get to say anything in this particular conversation, but he's pretty much like, hey, the company that I work for is really awesome, and none of this stuff is is like out of the ordinary. So carry on. And that's pretty much your
With his
conversation.
tentacle arm,
With
he
his
says,
tentacle. Carry on.
Hey, let's not fight. Be my friend. Okay.
He doesn't say be friends for whatever. I don't know. Maybe I can recruit him now that
you
I have
wanna
Tree Boy.
Fucking walk around with that thing.
I want to be that thing.
You're like, I want the magic in me.
So
I want to see through his eyes.
So I'm not super far in the game yet. I've, maybe put 2 hours into it. Didn't take very
That
long
was
for me to
2
do that.
hours?
Maybe less.
Jeez, I thought that sounded like a lot longer.
I feel like you beat the game.
Well, it may not be very long. I don't know. I don't know how much I played, but just the stuff that I bounced off of and the bonkers stuff that happened at the beginning of this game, I was like, okay, this is the one. This probably isn't a JRPG like I was looking for, but this is a game that I'm going to keep playing. So,
No kidding.
yeah, a lot of
Hole in
stuff
the
happened.
basement.
And I'm pretty excited for it. It was pretty cool. So, away, Journey to the Unknown on Switch.
I just imagine you dying and you go back to the toilet. The frog's like, wow, seems like you were put in a shitty situation, huh? Ha ha ha.
By the
damn it,
way, did you
Justin.
hear about what happened in the basement?
Boy,
Boy,
get out of the bathroom and get in the fucking basement.
Get off the shitter.
As you die
Pitch it
slowly,
off.
everyone else goes to the store.
Yeah, everyone.
And you just wake up and there's a note that it's like, hey, we're at the store. By the way, what's in the basement?
What if the things in your house are like your lives?
Oh,
what do you mean?
So you
Like
died.
you killed your
and-
grandpa.
Oh, God.
No. Hang on.
No.
I'm saying so you died and came back and the grandfather was gone at the store.
Right.
So what if you died again the frog was she's like, oh, the frog went to get groceries. It's just when you were young and your animal dies, oh,
Yeah.
they went to the farm upstate. Except it's the grocery store and they're not coming back with cigarettes, I promise.
Well,
They went to the grocery store upstate.
I don't know. I don't know what happens if I die anymore. I'm really interested to find out because I was really impressed with the setup of this game that I thought was going to be an RPG, and it's a first-person exploration game.
Now, how many times have you died?
Just the one.
Ooh,
I
you
was
gotta die
able-
again just to see.
Yeah. So I was able to make it through what I was looking to do and unlock the next gate. So I've made it to the next area. So yeah, I'm excited to see
You just
where
wake
this
up
goes.
in your bed and the grandma's like, "What's that tree doing in your bed, son?"
Oh my god, what if you died as
It's
the
not
tree?
a tree.
You died as a tree, right? So then you go back as the tree, and all the trees are like, "Hey, you should see what's happening in the valley." Or branch.
Oh my god.
We think you need to branch out, meet some more people.
I hate you so much. All right, Justin, anything you want to talk about for about 10 minutes?
Fuck,
You wrote, on the show notes here, you wrote pass.
yeah, because everyone was puffing. I was passing.
Oh, fuck off.
Ooh.
Thank you. I am just full of it today. Let's see. So I've been playing Civ more.
Okay, you got a Civ update for us? Okay, clarify, please. Which Civ are you playing?
Civilization 5.
Okay. All right.
Did I not update that the first
Well,
time?
I think we maybe...
Assumed it was 6.
I thought-
Isn't that the one out right now?
Yeah, 6
is
the
out right
newest
now.
one, yeah.
Okay, so you're playing 5.
I am still playing 5.
I knew
yes.
you were one behind, but I thought 5 was the new one.
No, 6 is the new one. I am playing 5.
Okay.
Just to be clear, I, Bearded Dick, am playing numero 5 on the Civilization release games.
Okay.
That is number 5 before 6 and after 4.
Okay.
I almost said before 4.
The biggest number ever.
5.
Unless there's a 6.
But there is. But we
Oh,
don't talk
so-
about
Wrong.
6. All right, Ryan's going to speak for me now through buttons. So then what I said was,
Are you challenging me?
and she said,
Leroy!
and the dick he whipped out was just, wow. You ever seen one and you're just like,
Was there a frog in your toilet, and what did it say?
so, finally when I decided
What the fuck is going on at your house?
dude, you don't want to know. So when I finally put my pants back on and get into, the living room, this happened.
Finish him!
Right? And the grandfather turns out, he's like, no.
Bruh.
Okay. Sorry. We're running out of buttons. We're
You're a
scrubbing.
poopy head.
There it is.
Did you ever get the sounds in that I sent you?
I did not get to put them on the soundboard this week. I'm sorry. Okay, Justin, continue your Civ update.
So
Justin tells a soundboard story.
that should be a fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
So this time, I've been trying to find a campaign that feels right because I keep getting fucked as per usual.
Okay.
And this time, I was at work and we had some time on our hands, so I'm making one. And I go, you know what? I'm gonna ask my coworker what religion I should follow. And so she's like, women's rights. I was like, so I let her pick everything, and then
Every time you come on this show, it's just going to be, hey, what's your
religion in this game. Well, because I just imagine getting a message like, hey, Geneva wants touching tips.
So,
It
Justin,
needs to be 2 touch tips.
at
touch
work,
Yes.
you could be playing almost anything, I'm going to assume.
Depending on how slow we are, yes. Almost
So,
anything. Yeah.
Civ is what you chose again and again and again. Not saying it's not a good game.
No, I understand. You're just wondering why I don't play anything other than that at work?
Yes.
Civ is an easy game for me to play at work and not 100% be focused. I tried Total War.
Okay.
Because Total War Shogun is free, I think, still on Steam. But to pay attention to make sure how all the separate troops are doing, the thousands of men that are just getting slaughtered in the tutorial.
Yeah.
Oh, I could talk about that.
All right.
But only.
Ooh, I should try that game since I have more power now.
Yeah. Power.
Unlimited power.
So he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. So pretty much it's just an easy game for me to play because Total War takes a lot of you got to pay attention to make sure everything's going on. But
And you're technically supposed to be working.
no, there's not anything to do when I do it.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
caught up.
Ah.
So I just got to make sure certain shows later in the night play at a certain time and that our commercials play. So as long as my local commercials hit, I'm good. So that I
He's
just
so
gotta keep
good
an
at
eye.
his job, he's got nothing to do.
I mean, you could be brain dead to do this job. You should see some of my coworkers. I'm not kidding. I have met some dumb people, and man, did these guys take the cake. Wow.
Sounds fun.
Take the take.
Take the take. Take the take, brother. So my issue with Total War Shogun. Because I just remember this. So this game, it's new to me. I don't know if you guys ever played a Total War game.
I think Austin has talked about it a couple times.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, it's a very, it's like a massive war scale. So I'm doing the tutorial, easy, teaching you a little, hey, if the horsemen attack your troops, press this button and they set up for it, right?
Okay.
So it's gradually teaching you, hey, archers, shoot arrows. This button, fire arrows. Wow, fire, right? These men, long pointy sticks, better than these men, horsemen, So it's gradually just like holding your hand.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I could get the hang of this. The next tutorial. Oh, by the way, here's a fucking, siege tower, or here's a fucking capital. Go take it. Good luck.
That's your tutorial?
And no, this is still the tutorial. The tutorial is like, oh, we have our enemies are stationed in this fortress. You must get in there with your ninjas and take over the tower. And I'm like, huh? And it's like,
You didn't teach me about no ninjas.
well, that's what I'm saying, because it goes from giving you at the maximum 4 to 6 different troops. And then it goes, here's a fucking army. Here's 3 spots you need to pick up. You've got some European cannons that are just sitting there. They don't move. They literally do not. It's a bug. It's always been a bug because I looked it up.
Oh my God.
They're just these cannon men that just stand there and get slaughtered. So then, the game's like...
They're the bait.
Well, because the game's it's like the AI or the guy that's helping you learn how to is slow at teaching you these things. So, I'm making a move. He goes, oh, if I were you, I'd recommend sending your ninjas over there to capture that control point, which you're going to need to win the fight. And my men are already marching on the, all right, guys, let's stop charging the wall. Come back. Come back. So, obviously, as they're going to the wall, they're getting slaughtered. So as they're coming away from the wall, they're getting slaughtered. Because arrows are just picking them off. So,
so your tutorial is like a slow GPS that just keeps recomputing.
Apparently. So, I get the first point. I'm like, all right. And I get the second one. I'm like, okay. And I get the third control point to give you bonuses. Because it's more a multiplayer thing, I guess. Like I said, I haven't gotten out of this tutorial section yet.
Right.
Because this thing has been so fun. Because I just keep getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
So then it goes, use your ninjas to get within the fortress and destroy the tower or whatever. So I'm looking for this tower that he's talking about. I go, oh, there's a gate tower where the archers, a lot of people come. It's like a good defense thing, I guess.
Okay.
And I go, all right, let's go there. They're going.
Justin is...
there is a camera.
I know, but for the audio listeners, he's
making a little
simulating walking with his fingers.
So, and so they're on their way, and obviously the gate tower notices they're there, and ninjas don't have a lot of protection, so slaughter, gone. I can't bring them back. They're gone, and then the game's like, remember, use your ninjas to get to the gate. And I'm like, fuck. All right, guys, go, and they just all get slaughtered. So the 5th time me trying this,
oh man, 5.
I'm because I play it, I'm like, quit. I'm like, I need a break. I don't fucking understand why this thing's so delayed. So, I do the same thing again. And I'm like, all right, there's a sneak option with ninjas, because it never taught you how to use them. Mm-hmm. There's here's a special group of warrior monks, European canyons. They don't move, but we're not going to tell you that. And then ninjas. Wow, ninjas. Look at the ninjas. Look how cool the ninjas are. Look they can sneak and kill things, except a fucking
Notice me, senpai!
Okay, then. So there's a stealth option. And I'm like, oh, cool. And a smoke bomb option. I was like, all right. I hit the stealth option, to the gate tower. So, they make their little sneaky way up to the gate tower, and the gate tower's like, is this really what you're coming up here with? And they just annihilate it.
So your ninjas are in the middle of a field, duck down.
There's duck down,
crouching in
I imagine crawling Naruto running. And the gate towers are really? You're in grass, we see you.
Well, the problem is they were singing the theme song as they were crawling.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So they start getting annihilated. I'm like, smoke bomb. And it just and nothing happens. And then all these horses, I guess, from the back of the fucking fortress just ram into all the ninjas. So I watched a video on how this guy did it. And I looked at the date, and it was from April 29th, 2020. So he's like, yeah, so apparently a lot of people are having issues with this. So pretty much what you do is you have the ninjas in another group go to the back of the fortress and sneak up and capture the capital that way. And I'm like, this thing told me to attack a gate tower. And I'm thinking I'm an idiot because I'm not doing it right.
Right.
But no, this thing can't go, you might want to sneak around everything.
You fucking moron. You've got ninjas.
They're not meant to, because like they hit the wall and you have to click like the climb up option. So even if my ninjas make the wall, they're going up and the tower is just like, wow. Oh God, look at these ninjas. Oh, so secret. So hard to see them come up the wall.
Whoops. They're wearing black. This thing is gray.
Wow.
We're okay.
The sun's out. Wow. So sneaky. And then the rest of my guys are just like, go? Yeah, fucking go.
Yeah, fucking go.
Charge! So yeah, that's my...
But the cannons don't move, so they
No,
stay
they
still.
literally... So when you get so far, the computer tutorial AI or whatever you want to call it sends out like another force just to meet you real quick. And I noticed the cannons were there. I was like, oh, shoot them. Shoot them. You've got gunpowder. And they're just like, we want to die this way, sir. we will take an honorable death. So when I...
No, God!
Well, that's what I was like. I was like, shoot
No,
them.
God!
And they're just like, we will take this like men. Staring enemies in the face. And their boys are just coming. And they're just... Wow. So yeah,
that's Total War.
So yeah,
And they never attack?
no, they don't move. They literally just stand there. Because that's what threw me off at first. Because when I'm moving all my guys, I'm like, why is this group not moving? I mean, I don't know the game that well, so I was like, maybe I'm not doing anything right.
Yeah.
Because there are siege troops, but they don't move. They stay in a certain area and can, obviously attack from a distance. So I thought that's what they were. So when I sent guys to protect them, pretty much my troops and the enemies met where the cannon guys are. So they just got annihilated. So I'm just like,
sweet.
And did you
Awesome.
look it up to see what was wrong with the cannons?
that's what happened in the video too. The guy was like, apparently this has been a bug for a while now and they just never fixed it.
Sweet.
But is it just a bug that's like in the tutorial?
Yeah, as far
Okay.
as I know, like I said, I've only played 2 parts of the tutorial. I'm not even through all of it yet. That's part 2 of like 5.
Dang.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it might be
In the
fun...
next tutorial, you have to beat everyone.
Well, that's the thing, because
with
like
one ninja.
like I'm watching this and it's like, the guy's like, well, I'm gonna put my troops here, I'm gonna have this happen. And he's doing all this shit and I'm like, I got taught arrows kill these things. And this guy's like, well, if you do the T formation over here and at 75 degrees west, you will be able to penetrate to the front defenses, and then I'll have these ninjas sneak back here with some horsemen. All right, ninjas, go. All right, ninjas over there. Archers do a T formation, separate. You want to be loose. You don't want any of the arrows hitting you. All right, now kill them. All right, wait.
Don't forget about the D drive.
No, the D drive. Yes, plug in the D drive. And then send.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Exactly. So this guy is like,
And shut this game off.
he's professionally setting everything up. He's like, all right, horsemen, get back on your horses. All right, charge the gate. All right, wait. All right, second group that was defending the ninjas, go to the second gate. All right, wait. All right, ninjas, go up there, do your thing. All
It's
right,
like the Battle of the Bastards.
pretty much, except like this guy knew what he was doing, and I'm just going in blindfolded.
Right. Damn.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you and Philip a question.
Top.
Philip, you said you don't play PC games that much.
Thank you.
What about you, Justin?
Give or take.
Just sometimes. Now, would either of you be interested in like the PC Xbox Game Pass thing?
I have to check it out because I got 3 months of it free for buying my processor.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
Rachel got
what
some
I mean
too.
by like saying that I haven't been like I used to play a lot of games on the PC when we had it. It's just my computer it's been a long time since I've actually had a decent one, and I never really thought to get into gaming because that takes more space processing and stuff, and my computers were never really that potent, and I'm like, well, I want to try editing, and then the games are going to run it down because my computer sucks.
Okay.
Now I have a good one, so there's certain games that I can try, and I mean, when it comes to any type of RTS, I'm a bigger fan of it on computer. So.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
yeah.
That's where I've been. My desktop's not bad, but I mean, even with when I edit and stuff, it's kind of slow. So I've tried to keep a lot of games off of it.
Yeah.
This laptop is the most up-to-date thing I've ever had. Because before that, I had a Mac from 2010.
Yeah.
for about 4 years, so even editing on that was a joke.
Nice.
I shit you not, when I would try to put anything in Premiere, it'd take like 5-10 minutes just to drag a video clip and drop it, which is why everything took forever.
Yeah.
So then when I buy this new one and I try it and it drops instantly and played, I almost cried. I was like, this is speed.
But I mean, what I'm trying to get at is like, you guys would probably be the target audience for that kind of thing because you don't have a huge Steam library to play.
Well, my
know.
Steam library isn't actually too bad because I used to buy a bunch of stuff.
I'm not making fun of you, Philip, for
Yours is
I'm
not
just
as
saying-
big as mine.
I'm just saying, like the Game Pass thing would be for people who casually play PC games like me.
I'm not a filthy casual.
I am.
I am on PC, like for
Especially
sure.
on PC.
I mean, I just was wondering, your guys' thoughts on that, regardless of
I'd have
whether
to
or
try
not
it
you
out.
mostly play RTSs and stuff like that. I don't know.
What is it?
So it's basically like Netflix for video games, where you just download and play whatever games are on the service at the time. And there are 100 on PC and 100 on
Probably
Xbox.
more than that, isn't there?
It's a little bit more than 100 on each of the services, and some of them overlap.
Are they different games?
Some of them are different.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're Microsoft's pretty good about putting PC only games on the PC Game Pass here and there, and then all of pretty sure Master Chief Collection is on PC Game Pass. Gears 5, Gears Tactics just launched on PC Game Pass.
That one, I think you really, if you both like RTSs, Gears Tactics is one to try. Because it doesn't take much thinking from what I've found, and it's more like a Command and Conquer, but one person at a time. What it is it's Gears, but what's the game called now? Dang it, I'm drawing a blank.
Gears Tactics.
Yes, but I mean, the game that it's like...
like Command and Conquer.
Pokemon.
No. Fuck.
Age of Empires.
No, it's the alien. It has the picture of the alien on the front of it.
XCOM.
XCOM. It's like XCOM, but it's Gears.
Oh.
That's what this game is. It's XCOM
like
Gears.
XCOM,
Okay.
yeah.
I like XCOM.
I have no fucking idea what XCOM is.
XCOM. It's like a
turn-based
strategy game where you have, you can move within spaces. Is it tiled?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, kinda.
No, so it's just D&D
You have
on the computer.
You have distance movements. Not so much.
Not
tiles.
so much tiles. Okay.
Got ya.
So you can take 5 steps or whatever happens to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then didn't they make a version of that's on Switch, and it's the Raving Rabbids Mario fighting party thing where it plays like XCOM?
Yes. That's
it's like Mario Kingdom Rabbids Battle or something like that.
Yep. They did make one of those. I didn't try it though.
I think XCOM might actually be coming to Switch soon too.
Should be.
I think so. That's what I saw.
Okay.
But I did get Game Pass, which I need to try 3 months of it so I can see what's on it, see if there's anything I like.
Yeah, let us know what you think. I have the Game Pass Ultimate, so I have it on my desktop, but I don't play a huge amount of PC games even with that. They've also been good about bringing stuff like anything that is in preview. Like there's a couple preview games on there that are not quite launched yet. That's how Troy and I played Scourgebringer.
I think.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was a cool game. So, yeah.
I'll just have to see how much I want to play on my PC or create.
Yeah.
I have noticed, with mine, because I know we're kind of in a similar situation, I do tend to play a lot more PC games and edit more, but...
I think with how you describe games, have you played I can't remember the exact name, but it's like something battle simulator, and it's just like...
Real-time battle simulator, where you pick... It's like red and blue guys, and you pick things. I've seen it, I haven't played it.
That is so much fun, because they just fuck around and fight each other in really dumb ways, and then it's just a simulator, so you're like, okay, I'm going to take Jedis and have them fight against spearmen. How many spearmen does it take to kill a Jedi?
I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
They did
It's so
10
much
million
fun.
Spartans versus 30 U.S. Marines, and it did...
All right, we're going to take a break here. We will
time.
be right back with some more shit.
I'm Harrison. I'm Jordan. And we're the Grief Radio Podcast. Do you want to listen to the #1 gaming podcast on Podchaser?
Of course you do!
Wait, is that us? Did you check that?
There's comedy, gaming, and movies. Join us every Wednesday on the Grief
Burrito Podcast!
Fuck.
No, I'd panic.
That was
All right, welcome back from break, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us here. We are going to do a little segment we like to call the News Time.
I thought it was break time.
No, damn it, Troy. No, it's fucking news. I did the news music.
It's
Idiot
breaking
Savants
stories.
was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Correct.
Brought to you by Troy Says.
Yep. I don't have a
No, we're going to
laugh
cancel
track.
that message.
I don't have a laugh track.
I will be your laugh track.
We were
that-
filmed in front of a live
You're
studio.
not wrong there.
Live Savant Studio.
All right. You guys ready?
I am
First
wed.
bit of news. Tony Hawk is getting remastered.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the guy?
Pretty, yes. Tony Hawk, the
Poor
man.
Tony Hawk.
They have decided to reanimate him. He is what you would call broken.
He was dead, and now we're bringing him back.
He's got like the best Twitter. It's
Does
very
he?
entertaining.
I
Yeah.
would like to argue that Jack Black has a better social media game than Tony Hawk.
No.
Okay.
Because Tony Hawk is pretty much just about how nobody really recognizes him, but they all know him. And it's like slightly passive aggressive, but kind of like in a funny way.
It's probably because they only remember him from the game.
Yeah.
And like you can't really see him in the game because it was an N64 game. I would probably recognize Bob Burnquist. He was my favorite.
I mean, like, he is still super famous. I mean, the name Tony Hawk.
Oh,
pretty
for
much
sure.
everybody
Yeah, he's got his
knows,
own
but-
clothing brand.
Yeah.
What?
But
At
like,
J.C. Penney's.
It's like
one of my, like, there's stories of him going on planes and like TSA where they're like, Hawk, oh yeah, like Tony Hawk, the skater, huh? I wonder what he's doing. He's like, this.
Because his name on his passport is
Right.
Anthony Hawk.
you are currently holding my cheeks, Karen.
Yeah. Like, he went to a car dealership and he couldn't, not like a car rental.
Yeah.
And he couldn't find it. And he came in, he's like, hey, yeah, I had a thing set up. Like, what's going on? They're like, oh, crap. It's actually you. I thought that was a joke. It's like, nah, it's just me.
It's me.
So, like, my favorite thing about Tony Hawk is just how he's kind of passive aggressive about nobody knowing who he is or thinking he's not real.
That's pretty good. So yeah, this is from Polygon. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are being remastered and coming this September to PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
You can already pre-order it on Xbox One.
Of course you can.
I mean,
don't do that. Don't fucking pre-order
It's actually
it.
not. It's like affordable. I believe I think it's $30 for the collection.
That's not that bad. But
And
still,
you
don't
get to-
pre-order any games. These are probably going to suck.
I don't know, because it's seeming Tony's actually involved. Because these are like one of his favorite things. Because a lot of the other stuff he didn't get to be as involved in like kind of.
But those were the good ones, like
Yeah,
Thug
1 and
and
2.
Thug 2.
Yeah, those.
No, Thug and Thug 2. Not Tony Hawk's.
You're talking about Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2
Yes.
for the listeners.
Why the
That's
fuck did you call it
abbreviated
That's what it's
Thug.
called.
That sounds like a Saints Row game.
Yeah, I mean-
Thug 1 and Thug 2.
Featuring Tony Hawk.
Featuring Tony Hawk. Thug number 3.
So, according to this article here, Vicarious Visions is remastering these two games. They did the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games for the Insane trilogy. So they are the ones handling this particular remaster. It will include the original levels, Pro Skaters, and tricks from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Pro Skater 2, as well as tricks from later games like Revert, Lip Tricks, and Wall Plant.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think were
That
in
is
2X
definitely
anyways.
That is definitely the first
That's
level.
the warehouse. Yep.
Yeah.
So the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 will also feature a large majority of the original soundtrack, Vicarious Vision said. Only a small handful of songs didn't make it. The remastered reveal trailer confirms at least one song, Dead Kennedy's Police Truck, and returning artist Goldfinger, Powerman 5000, Bad Religion, Millen Collin, Naughty by Nature, Papa Roach, Primus, Lagwagon, and Rage Against the Machine.
Those are such good soundtracks.
Oh my god, they are.
life in 2 pieces.
Yep, that's good. The Powerman 5000 song that's on there is, I think it's just Tonight? Is it called Tonight?
I think so.
I haven't listened to Power Man 5000 in a minute, but I really like Power Man 5000. They are so good.
I'm intrigued about these. I might wait to get them until they come out to see if they're actually good.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping they will be, because man, did I fuck with these games when I was a kid.
So
in 64, all the
for
time,
sure.
just constantly so much fun.
So you'll get Create a Park, Create a Skater modes. Both of them will offer robust editors, the developer says, and players will be able to share their parks online with friends. Cool. Local split screen and online multiplayer will also be included. So that's fucking cool. Some of my funnest times in that game were creating a level, like just me and my buddies. Like, let's make a skate park.
That's what me and my sister would do. We would try to find like the craziest stuff we could do with lava.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, like I even had the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, I think it was 2, on Game Boy Advance.
I had that too
as well. That one was fun.
Yeah.
That was surprisingly fun.
That's what I was thinking of, the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD.
So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD came out in 2012, which I can't believe it's actually been 8 years since that came out.
It's terrible.
People fucking hated that game.
It's because it controlled like the old game.
Yeah, it did not age well. I remember when that came out, people did not think that Tony Hawk aged well. And so I wonder what they're going to be doing to separate this game from that game. They talked to one of the, let's see.
Well, that's why they had to do 1 and 2.
Vicarious Vision studio head Jen O'Neill is who Polygon talked to about this. She says, I think our goals are different than that particular game, O'Neill says. We really focus on faithfully remastering the first 2 games. So when we started development of this project, we didn't look at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. We looked at the first 2 games. We also listened to what the fans were asking for. It's clear that they want a faithful remaster. They wanted something where we included all the original levels and something we made that, because that was something that we made sure of. Anything that we thought they would expect out of this, we made sure that it's there. Okay. So every single level, every single secret level, they're all there. We brought back all the original skaters. So the screenshots here look really good.
Yeah.
It does look good. The lighting was pretty crazy looking.
The lighting, the rendering of the park, the skaters themselves, like, holy shit. I've never seen a skating game look this good.
I'm actually excited for this on the Series X.
Like in the warehouse, the lighting coming through the building and just like showing down onto parts of the warehouse.
They didn't have that back in the day.
No, this looks good. Holy shit. Like, I remember what this looked like on 64.
They did a trailer where they had side-by-sides.
Oh,
like
really?
Videos of it, and then they remastered them like,
Sweet.
dang.
So I wonder, because on the N64, obviously, you only have one joystick, and that's your primary control is just on the one joystick.
Because I think
I
it was
wonder how well that
just
will translate to this
going around jump.
Isn't that what she's talking about right there?
So yeah, she says we had to spend a good amount of time to make sure that the game feels great, whether you want to use the D-pad or the analog stick. I think some of the people who are the hardcore old school players, you'll see their thumbs wandering to the D-pad. That's where their muscle memory draws them to. And then, of course, the newer players don't know how to play any other way. So for us, we had to make sure the handling felt good no matter how you play the game.
That shot looks really cool.
That was the thing that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD failed to do, was nail the feeling of those games. And yeah, this particular screenshot that Justin is referencing is a skater kick flipping while grinding down a rail or a cement slab
rail
stairway thing.
Basically.
Looks good though. Fuck yeah. A lot of graffiti here. Graffiti looks good.
I bet you that's Bucky Lassick.
That is a name I haven't heard in a while, for sure. Man. Yeah, this looks cool. The collector's edition will be available for $99, which includes the deluxe edition, digital deluxe edition of the game.
It's Ryan's typing.
And a limited run birdhouse deck.
What?
An actual
I get a
skate
skateboard.
deck.
It looks pretty cool.
With the deluxe edition, that's maybe worth $100, right? Like, I'm not even into skating anymore.
I can do that.
I mean,
I can do that.
Good skateboards are not cheap.
Fucking
Fuck,
A.
they're expensive.
I don't
I've
know
tried.
that brand, but I'm guessing Birdhouse.
Birdhouse is like top of the line brand, just like
my
Element
brother-
or any of those.
My brother had a SpongeBob skateboard.
Wally World.
It's like $25.
And like Troy said, the game will be priced at $39.99, and then digital deluxe at $50, and then actual deluxe at $99.
with a
Collector's edition.
skateboard.
Nets you a skateboard.
Good
So,
old skateboard.
yeah, I may be in for that.
That's Ryan's
I
type
may
of a
be in for
collector's
that.
edition.
I want to put it over here on the wall.
Yep, right here.
Just line them up for you guys in the
Right here.
video shots.
You're going to have to buy two so you get matching set.
Actually,
Fuck you, Justin!
I'll buy the second one.
is it just a deck and
It's just a deck. No trucks, no wheels.
What
just a
cards
deck.
do you think comes with it?
At least one
I believe they
Charizard.
said no microtransactions, actually. That was a
I
separate
have
article
my
from
Blue
this.
Eyes White
But
Dragon. in
I'm
my
pretty
deck.
sure they said no microtransactions, so that'll be cool.
Hey, we remastered the old game. We're gonna make you buy it twice.
She says
isn't
specifically
EA.
here that they dug into Neversoft's code base and pulled the handling code out of there. So
Oh
that's
my
fucking cool.
Gosh, freaking Neversoft. Remember that eye
Yes.
getting
Oh,
stabbed
yeah.
Yep,
a billion
stabbed.
times.
Oh my god, yeah.
Every time
So
you start
good.
the game.
Jeez,
Yeah, I
that,
think
that brings back
Neversoft
some
got shut
memories.
down.
Wah.
Vicarious Visions helped
Probably
work
for
on
stabbing
Guitar
all those
Hero
eyes.
too. Like, yeah.
Freaking, that makes me also think of like LucasArts.
Okay.
Because I played a lot of those games at the same time, so it'd be the LucasArts logo and the Neversoft, and just the eye getting skewered constantly.
Yeah, because I had like that rock song or something playing during it, right?
Or something. Could look up the logo and see.
We could
Yeah,
look
I
up the
think so.
logo. Wow. Memory lane. Neversoft logos.
Hey, can we put that in the kids' game? Sure, it's just a logo.
Well, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to have in a Tony Hawk's. That's probably why it was teen.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one reason right there. That and the
That's it.
music. That's it.
Well, they had the logo, so they're like, well, we're going teen. Let's make a good album.
All right, so that's really cool. They list out who's going to be, or some of the list of playable skaters. Tony Hawk, Bucky Lassick, Steve Caballero, Jeff Rowley, Andrew Reynolds, Alyssa Steamer, Chad Muska, Eric Costin, Rodney Mullen, Rune Gliffberg, Kareem Campbell, Jamie Thomas, and Bob Burnquist, Ryan's favorite.
Last but not least.
Last but not least,
Why
Bob
do those all
Burnquist.
sound like names you pull out of a generator?
Because they're skaters. That's how it works.
Reynolds.
Rune Gliffberg? You pulled that out of a generator?
Eliza
Bob
Steamer.
Burnquist.
Alyssa.
All right.
Alyssa Steamer.
Fucking A. Let's move on from that. This is the next bit of news here. This comes to us from Kotaku. Star Wars cosplayer thrown to the ground and arrested for carrying plastic gun.
Dude, she's gonna miss her shot.
So,
Stormtroopers don't hit.
here's what happened. At a restaurant in Lethbridge, Canada last week, they thought it would be fun to have an employee stand outside dressed as a stormtrooper to celebrate Star Wars Day on May 4th.
I agree. That would be fun.
That would be fun. The woman in the costume ended up getting the cops called on her and her nose smashed up before being arrested. As reported in a Canadian newspaper, the incident took place last week when an unnamed employee dressed in a full stormtrooper costume, complete with plastic blaster rifle, was standing outside the front of the restaurant, became the subject of 2 911 calls by passersby who were A, concerned at the presence of what they thought was a weapon, and B, somehow had never seen a stormtrooper before.
Only in fucking Canada.
What the fuck?
I thought I liked Canada, but now I'm
I guess
unsure.
not.
Hey man, is that a gun, eh? Yeah, I mean, what else could it be? Should we call the cops? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Police soon arrived at the scene and drew their guns and ordered the woman to first drop her quote-unquote weapon before getting onto the ground. While the employee immediately discarded the blaster, she took some time getting to her knees, and the attending officers grabbed her and pushed her to the ground, handcuffed her, and bloodied her nose.
If you watch it carefully, he gets close to her and goes, "For the Republic."
So the question being, I get two idiots passing by, like maybe some old people who've never seen Star Wars.
Right, okay.
But the fucking cops.
Yes, right.
It's not show up and go, you fucking kidding me? It's a damn stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Hey, these are Mounties. They're different.
Only in Canada, eh?
The only
is that a real gun, eh?
I'll have for that is because they recently just had a big massive shooting
and
happen.
that is what it says here. Yeah. So they're no doubt still reeling from the Nova Scotia shootings last month that killed 22 people. The attending officers are now subject of a service investigation by the local police. So we've got a video here of the girl being arrested.
For the Empire.
This is a... Holy shit! Two cops showed up pointing weapons at the stormtrooper. 3 cop cars. Oh, another...
That's 3 guns.
He's drawing his weapon. Oh my god.
On the ground, you stormtrooper scum.
This person has went around the block 3 times watching this.
Where is Vader?
I mean, it's not funny, but also it's kind of funny.
Like he's opening his door now.
Dumb.
He's like, I'm just gonna get out and watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, yep.
This guy's got a straight up shotgun.
Arrested.
She's got a fucking helmet on. No shit, she's gonna.
She's
take
like,
her
guys,
time.
this is just my job.
Thank you for showing us the lease. Call if you want to get that updated, I guess.
And these guys, what the fuck?
Hey, dude, look at this shit.
They got a stormtrooper.
Man,
There's
this is
nothing
some
to see
crazy
here.
stunt.
There's nothing to see here.
He's got an M16.
Punk ass bitch.
If you
Keep
look
walking.
at, he's like, you know what? Get over here. You're arrested too. I'm taking all you fuckers down.
Everybody's in stormtrooper armor.
Hey, dude, thanks.
Jesus,
he's got some good video
That's
skills.
Terrible.
I mean, it's like
I feel bad for her. Like she's just like trying to celebrate Star Wars Day.
Well, think she's there for work, right?
Yeah.
So think
exactly.
about it, right? You get up, you're like, "Fuck, I gotta work today. God damn it!" And now imagine if she hated Star Wars.
Like,
right?
hey, Tanya, can you wear your stormtrooper? Oh, fuck yeah, I can.
or it's like,
well, because like she's a cosplayer, so this is like a thing she does.
Okay,
they hired her to be.
Well, because
there.
like I just imagine like you're like, oh shit, I gotta get that job today. Okay, fine, I'll put my Animal Crossing down. I'll get all dead. You stand out there in the fucking look like it was probably a little warm, so you're obviously hot, and you're outside. You're just like, God damn, man, what would make this fucking worse?
Get on the fucking ground! And she's like, are they calling towards me? I can't see.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's a real fucking gun.
No peripheral vision in her fucking mouth.
I mean, I hate to say it, but if she were here and she turned, she's like, what? And then boom, she's gone.
Yeah, they could have shot her. Fuck.
How do 3 cops not know what a stormtrooper is?
Those are 3 people of varying ages, I guarantee you, too. 60 years on the force, and I've never used the force.
It's like there's one guy who really didn't know, and they're like, well, we better just fucking take it.
It's like in
he's the captain.
He's
like, just go for it.
It's like the other guys.
That's a stormtrooper, right? What the fuck is a stormtrooper? We killed those in World War II. Shock troopers, man. No, the fucking stormtroopers.
Starts with an S.
That's what it was. Is that a shock trooper? Hey, it's close enough. Welcome to Canada.
Welcome to Canada.
That's their new slogan. Welcome to Canada. Don't dress up.
You can cross fuck off.
All right. We're going to move on from that.
It just makes me laugh to imagine he just gets close and he's like, for the Republic.
That is, I think, my favorite part.
Make a move, you fucking stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I won't miss.
Stormtrooper scum.
You feel this on your back? That's a lightsaber.
Where is...
You killed her.
Where
fucking killed her.
Where is Darth Vader?
That is an evil sounding Jedi. Let me just say.
Where is Darth Vader? All right, next bit of news comes to us from Cinema Blend. My favorite actor, Tom Cruise.
Oh, I was like Elon Musk?
Is teaming with Elon Musk for the first movie to be shot in outer space.
Let me guess, it's another Mission Impossible movie.
It's not, actually. It says that specifically.
Mission Impossible Space Wars.
I'd be
Brought to you by
that.
Elon Musk.
I am pretty much in for whatever Tom Cruise does. I love Tom Cruise. He's amazing.
Did you like The Mummy?
I have not seen The Mummy, actually, but I'm sure I will enjoy it because he's my favorite.
Have you seen the original? Like the
No,
Brendan
I
Fraser
don't like
one?
Brendan
dude.
Fraser.
Oh,
so
those
no.
movies are so
They're
fun.
so good.
That's like his best movie.
Yeah.
Also, George of the Jungle.
All right,
yes,
fair.
That
okay.
is so funny.
George of the Jungle is fucking garbage.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Garbage.
You're just
Your
like,
childhood was a travesty.
Are you kidding?
y'all just
They have
agreed
a
on shit
freaking-
about video
they
games. You
have
can't
one of-
fucking talk shit about him having a shitty childhood when y'all just fucking jerked each other off for Tony Hawk. Okay?
What?
Also,
Do you not have the same reverence for Tony Hawk?
I didn't play those games really. We had one for the PlayStation 2. I don't remember what it was.
no, man. Not fam.
He played Madden.
He played Madden. He's a loser.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. We just recently watched George of the Jungle and has one of the best fourth wall jokes ever.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
So
I have a feeling
let's
we're
move
gonna hear
on.
it.
Well, it's probably better if I show it to you. 'Cause it's
Nah,
not
we
funny
don't
say
need to
it.
do anything like that. George of the Jungle's a terrible movie. Brendan Fraser's a garbage actor.
That is not
but
true.
Tom Cruise, though, is making a movie where it's going to be filmed in outer space.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly.
It's just going to be him on the screen.
So he obviously enjoys taking things to the next level. If you don't know, he does most of his own stunts. He like broke his fucking ankle on the newest Mission Impossible movie when he was doing a stunt.
Wow.
So he is teaming with Elon Musk for a movie to be shot in outer space. As reported by Deadline, the project will also be a partnership between SpaceX and NASA and is going to be an action-adventure film. Not much is known about the project other than it is not a Mission Impossible film and it is in the early stages, which is kind of a shame because Ethan Hunt is the ultimate risk taker who would work well in outer space, which I agree with, but I'm all right with it not being Mission Impossible based. So yeah, not much more to report
It's
here.
going to be him
other
just
than
like,
I'm super
he's
stoked.
like, I've got to get to space. Jumps in a Tesla. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Take me to the moon.
And then it does.
By itself.
Autopilots to the moon.
It just
Okay.
kicks him out of it and then just flies to
It
space.
just goes. It doesn't even launch. It just.
It's not a movie, it's a commercial.
That's
for
exactly
Tesla.
what it, like the entire thing is just a commercial for Tesla. It's like, you know, at the end they're like, wow, you saved the world again. Enter Tom Cruise name here. Yeah, man, but I couldn't do it without my Tesla.
My Tesla.
Hi, my name's Tom Cruise. And for about an hour and a half, you've been watching such an amazing spectacular brought to you by Elon Musk and his Tesla.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I guess it depends on how collaborative this is going to be. Like, maybe it's a Tesla jet that he takes into space. I don't know.
It's just a Tesla
Are you guys not Tom
spacesuit.
Cruise fans? Like,
Oh, I don't hate him.
okay.
I mean, I like him. I'd say my favorite movie of his is Live, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die, Repeat is so fucking good.
Because the thing I like about that is he is not Tom Cruise until the end,
Yeah.
which I very much enjoy. Because sometimes it's like, oh, he's just perfect superhero guy.
Right.
And then the other one I also relate, because there's moments when he's just, I'm Tom Cruise, crazy man of great. And I'm like, okay, you're just action hero, whatever. But then there's Live, Die, Repeat, which I love. And then Last Samurai.
Okay.
That
I
is
have
a
yet
very
to
good
see
one.
that.
That is really good. That would be probably my, if I went favorite of just like what's a better, really good movie, is Last Samurai, because that's just a great movie. But I love Tom Cruise and Live, Die, Repeat. That'd be my favorite. I got the steelbook.
Yeah, Live,
I
Die,
found
Repeat.
it at a pawn shop.
That might be my favorite. Is that my favorite? That might be my favorite.
So
I liked
good.
Oblivion too. Like, I thought Oblivion was all right.
I mean, I think actually what would make it my favorite is the freaking end with the laugh.
okay.
Where she's like,
right.
what are you doing? And he's just, and then it ends and it's like, oh, that's so perfect.
Have you seen Live, Die, Repeat? You too? Oh, come
watch
on.
it.
It's so good.
So good.
We should watch it right now. We should just stop recording.
Exactly.
And we're back.
And we're back.
God,
This
I love
repeat
it.
so good.
I actually hated it.
I actually just slept the whole time.
Oh, it is getting to be
It's already like
nighttime
1 in the
here.
morning.
So next bit of news here. This comes to us from CNET. National Treasure TV series is in the works for Disney Plus.
Yes.
Producer Jerry Bruckheimer confirms that the National Treasure 3 movie is still in the works as well.
God damn it.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage just can't be stopped.
I'm okay with that.
I
Like,
love those movies.
He's
Yeah.
not gonna have time.
who isn't gonna
Nick
have
Cage,
time?
dude.
Why?
Because you didn't hear that they're making a fucking Tiger King fucking movie, and he's playing
Well,
Tiger King.
Is it a movie or a series?
One
Because
of them.
I thought I read series.
It might be a series, but Nick Cage is playing Joe Exotic instead of our god David Spade. David
Yeah,
Spade was
David
literally
Spade,
formed
yeah.
to play Joe Exotic.
You're probably
Don't
it's
you
fucking
look at Joe
it's
Dirt.
so
Listen, Joe, the only
close.
difference between fucking Tiger King and Joe Dirt is Joe Dirt wasn't gay and he didn't own tigers. That's it.
I think he also might have been less of an asshole.
Give or take.
Yeah, it should have probably been David Spade. I do really, really like David Spade, but I like Nick Cage too. Nick Cage has the
He's good at playing Nick Cage, yes.
Yeah.
I
wrong
think
with
Nick
that?
Cage will be better at actually
Cage is
being
just
him
great.
versus just acting like him.
I don't know. But this bit of news is pretty good. So if you miss seeing Nicolas Cage chase after treasure while teaching us a thing or two about historical conspiracies, then you're in luck, because there's an upcoming National Treasure 3 movie, and there will be a separate National Treasure TV series coming to Disney Plus, according to producer Jerry Bruckheimer. We are working on National Treasure for streaming, and we're working on one for the big screen. Hopefully they'll both come together, and we'll bring you another National Treasure, but they're both very active. The one for Disney Plus is a much younger cast, and it's the same concept, but a younger cast. The one for the theatrical version would be the same cast.
What's the point if it's not with Nick Cage? Because that's the fun part.
Well, I would wonder that too. Like, Nick Cage makes those movies, so I guess you have a National Treasure series without him?
I mean, it's like there's freaking...
Honestly?
Does it even count?
I watch it because of the conspiracies and the fun. Like, it just seems fun.
It is fun, for sure.
Whether
And
he's in it or not.
the
I think
funny guy that's in it that plays
Yes.
opposite him, that's in
Yeah,
this
he-
picture, I
I like
also
him,
like
yeah.
him. I have no idea what his name is. The other guy that's in National Treasure.
I think
I
it
like
all
that
coming
guy.
together is pretty
I
good.
bet you
And
if
just
you
having
Google that,
a
Justin, you'll
whole
get that guy.
Maybe.
New
I have
younger
an app
cast
that
is
literally
kind
tells
of
me who's who,
just
so...
kind of
I don't know. I like the National Treasure movies, like,
Yes.
for what they are, as, like, conspiracy-fueled romps through history, I'm in.
Was the guy's name Riley Poole?
Yeah.
Bingo.
That's the character's name.
Oh,
Yeah.
The actor's name is Justin Bartha.
Okay.
either way.
Why'd you say that name?
That guy.
Why'd you say that name? Bartha.
Bartha.
Yeah, so I'm in. I'm in for more National
would
Treasure. I'll
only-
take more Nick Cage.
I would only be in for the TV series, one, if Nick Cage was in it, and two, it was treated like Dora the Explorer. Tell me, kids, where is the clue? Is it behind the
Where's the
Declaration of
Declaration
Independence?
So who do you cast to be young Nick Cage in the National Treasure movie?
Hopefully not Tom Holland.
Do you even bother like having the National Treasure, like the Nick Cage character in the...
I think
don't
it'd be
think
a
that's what it
different,
is. I think
different
it's a whole
adventure.
different-
Just a new
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
adventure? Okay.
Just new conspiracies.
Well,
New old ones.
we'll get some 5G coronavirus conspiracies.
Jesus Christ. Can you tell me where the cell phone direction's coming from, kids? The tower.
The tower!
That is currently on fire.
No more corona.
So yeah,
Cough,
I don't know that there's
cough,
much to say
cough.
here other than I'm glad there's more of this in the works.
When are we getting another Ghost Rider movie?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Because Marvel owns the rights now because they got it in...
They keep going
Agents of
back
S.H.I.E.L.D.
and forth
Agents of
about
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
who's going to
correct.
be Ghost
Yeah.
Rider.
Well, it probably won't be Nick Cage.
Jason Momoa.
That I'd be okay with, actually. I like him a lot.
Some
I
people
love
have
that
put,
commercial he's in.
Yeah.
What commercial?
The
The one where he
commercial where he
takes
takes
his
his
arms
arms up from the Super Bowl. You didn't see that
No,
one?
I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
He goes from big buff Jason Momoa to a little tiny skinny dude, like bald.
It's
And
really
he's
like
I love being at home because I can just be myself.
you need to
That's
watch that
awesome.
because it really bothers you the first time because you're like
Yeah.
that just looks ungodly scary.
The best part is they have another thing that is with that where he has the same wig, and then he's like at this table messing, and he's like doing D&D or something, and he pulls up and he's like, "Who broke my Hydra?" She's like, "I don't even know what that is. It's a 3 now 2-headed dragon. What did you do to it?"
All right, this
funny.
comes to us from Cinema Blend. Next bit of news here. This comes off of what we talked about last week. We had some Harry Potter news last week where we talked about a snake being named after a Harry Potter character that wasn't anything that we thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be something with
Sneaky
Slytherin.
Leathers.
It was
It wasn't
Haley the
Nicky enough.
Snake.
Yeah, Harry the Snake. So
I'm a sneaky little sneaky snake.
Tom Felton
sneaky
is the
little
guy that
snake.
plays Draco Malfoy in Harry Potter.
More like Draco mouth off.
Yes, got him. So,
Roasted.
yeah, boom, roasted.
Good luck getting back from that, Tom Felton.
So on his Instagram, he was sorted into a house, and he did a little. He did the
like a reveal thing.
yeah, like the app that sorts you into the houses. And let's see if we can see this on his Instagram. And the sorting hat on Instagram sorted him into Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Fuck
And not
yeah.
He's got
Slytherin.
we've got another Hufflepuff.
Oh, come on,
got
man.
another Hufflepuff.
Fuck Hufflepuff.
I kind of want to
Considering-
download the app now and see where I'm at.
Considering him as an actor, like, and as a person, Hufflepuff would be very fitting. She's like the nicest guy. He's not.
No, he's not. Have you seen the movies?
Yes, he's a dickhead.
That's called acting, you dip.
Yeah, he's
No.
acting like a dick.
Yes,
'Cause that's who
it's
he is.
acting.
Allegedly.
How was Draco Malfoy not sorted into Slytherin? How do you put in that
Tom
as your
Felton's
name?
not an asshole.
Fucking A. I assume that you enter a name here, and he entered Draco Malfoy and was then sorted into Hufflepuff. That is the evilest name ever.
I figured Evil McEvilerson is worse.
I feel like Adolf Hitler sounds like
Oh, okay. With the Hitler jokes.
I'm not joking. That's a person. Like, take a minute, process,
I'm all set.
and move on.
Next, we're gonna find out that he was sorted into Hufflepuff. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I could pull that.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh, okay.
For sure,
we could
definitely.
try it right
I should
now.
be
actually.
DC's garbage.
DC's
Garbage, no Hufflepuff.
What the hell?
Manfred Sagan.
This thing's going off the rails real quick. All right, so Justin wanted us to watch this. I don't know how much of this will stay. Next bit
Oh, yeah, I
news.
saw-
This is from
yeah, I saw this.
TechCrunch.
It looked pretty good.
Epic Games announces Unreal Engine 5 shows off boundary-pushing PlayStation 5 demo. And we're going to watch it here
Live.
for you listeners.
9 minutes. Oh, I didn't.
We don't need to watch all 9 minutes, probably.
Epic Games, the same company that brought you
Yeah, let's watch it in 720p. Okay.
Is this even a 4K TV?
No, it's not. That's
Sweet.
all right.
So we're watching it in not 4K on 4K.
What do you want me to do, man?
I don't know. Play it at the resolution that your TV actually is.
It isn't a 4K TV. That does look good, though.
Yeah, that is pretty.
Damn.
Is that the Tomb Raider?
No.
That's not a tool.
No, this is just a real-time
It's
demo.
not the
I don't
Tomb
know that
Raider.
it's a game at all, actually.
It's a demo. It's apparently playable.
There you go.
Just
I didn't.
probably.
Yeah, what I saw wasn't all of this.
I'm gonna climb the mountain.
I'm gonna stare at these rocks.
The rocks look good. They are rendered
Yeah, I will not lie.
very nicely.
Ooh, there's Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, I see him right there. Yeah. Dwayne, hello.
I smell what he's cooking.
I hope it's something. I'm fucking starving.
It's just sweat.
So I'm setting up my Harry Potter account. And the password requirements, 8 characters, combination of uppercase and lowercase, parcel tongue. Just kidding. They're funny.
Somebody put that. The fucking intern put that in. He's like,
Maybe they'll finally pay me.
there's a part where she flies around that was cool, but
Yeah, it should be after this.
Do we know if this is actually a game?
well,
It's not.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's just a demo for
It does
the
look a
engine.
lot like Tomb Raider, though.
Like the first, like if they did this as a Tomb Raider 1 remaster, I'd be okay with that.
I mean, they just you want a remastered version of the reboot?
No,
Come on, man.
No, the original Tomb Raider
Oh.
with like the guns and the boobies.
The two things Tomb Raider is famous for, guns and boobies.
There's
Why-
some booty right there.
what the fuck?
This is definitely Tomb Raider. You're looking at her ass right there.
You're thinking of Austin Powers.
Why were you like guns
the
in
guns and boobies?
Guns and
boobies.
boobies. I don't know.
Is that an important part for when you play a game? Because that was the first thing you mentioned about Street fucking Rage 2.
Big
So,
old titties.
Epic Games came out and said that their engine is going to be scalable. So they are the reason that they're making Unreal Engine 5 and they're not just improving on Unreal Engine 4 is for scalability. So what they are going to attempt to do on the engine side is have any game that runs Unreal Engine 5 just scale to whatever device you're playing it on. Thusly, like the backwards compatible would just work in that way because it would just scale to the power of the Xbox One or PS4 in cases of last gen, and on computers it would work the same way. So that would be cool to take that out of the hands of developers and not have them have to do that.
I mean, that'd make it a more popular engine for sure.
For sure. I mean, the Unreal Engine is already pretty popular.
Yeah.
But all this looks really, really nice. They also talked about...
This is probably the part that he's talking about, I bet.
Like, Tim Sweeney came out and said that he echoed what other developers had said in that the SSD in the PS5 is just stupid fucking fast. And he talked about it being faster than high-end PCs right now.
Yeah, it was around this part.
This is it.
Okay,
yeah.
so she's
This is
running
what
through
I
a
saw,
cavern, and she's going through an opening... And now we have Game World. Okay. She is no longer in what is looking like a tomb. Boy,
now she's
all
just
of these
raiding the
shots
open
look
world.
really
Wait.
good. Okay.
She just killed herself.
Yeah, she just killed herself.
She's gonna die. Oh, whoa. She's just flying now.
Wow.
Like, if that's why I didn't think this was the game.
Dude, if this is being rendered in real time, holy fuck. This is gorgeous.
I mean, they had said something about the SSD was the reason they could do this.
Right.
Which is pretty cool.
But, like, I'm just imagining how God of War 4.5 or whatever.
This is God of War 2. Right here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a new main character. It's weird. It's a spin-off.
It's God of
Goddess of War.
No,
Goddess of
that's
War.
just Atreus. He just is looking different right now.
Oh, this is Stargate.
It is. You're right. Stargate.
Hey, it's Teal'c did Kratos.
Is that a new Unreal game that we're seeing there? Presumably
It's just
their
a
game.
demo. It's just a demo.
Well, I understand that, but that seems like a lot of work there.
Yeah, because they'll be like, hey, here's this demo, and now they'll buy consoles. And the engine.
I mean, I would be okay with Epic putting out anything other than Fortnite updates. Like, Epic makes good games, and I'm bummed that they stopped.
Yeah.
Like,
because they're talking about Fortnite down there.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
But Fortnite makes so much money. That's all they want is money.
I don't know.
I played that game a lot.
Okay, I mean, it's a corporation.
It does make
all
money.
they want is
That's true.
money.
Yes.
Actually, it's not. It's not a corporation. It's not a public company.
What?
Epic is still owned by Tim Sweeney. It's not a public company.
Oh.
So that's why Tim Sweeney's a billionaire, because Epic is not a public company. So yeah, this is cool though. Major advances, I would agree with that assessment here. Dynamic rendering, detailed scenery. Fuck, that looks good. I'm excited.
I mean, yes.
I'm excited for Nextgen.
I want.
That looks way better than the Valhalla trailer that they showed at the Xbox thing.
Yep. Not to mention them talking about 30 frames per second.
So the guy that runs Xbox Aaron Greenberg came out and said that all games for Xbox Series X are targeting 60 frames. And people took that to mean that developers were going to have a requirement, like they were going to require developers to hit 60 frames per second. But then he had to backtrack on that. And what he actually meant was like 30 frames per second now is the golden standard on current gen. So what he meant was in next gen, we want 60 frames per second to be the standard, the golden standard. Even if like games aren't required to hit that, but we want that to be the standard.
And I think it's good that people are complaining, because honestly, that's something that needs to happen, because and there's some instances I don't think they're optimizing well. I mean, apparently, like Assassin's Creed is piss poor when it comes to optimization. Because people were doing a lot of research, and like most computers can't run Odyssey that well in terms of graphic fidelity and get frame rates, because it's optimized like ass.
Okay.
And so people are like, and then there's other people like, why does it matter? I mean, 30 is just fine. It's like, yeah, because that's all you've been playing.
Right.
It needs to be 60.
Yeah.
And it was great when they're like, yeah, it's going to be 60 to 120. And now they're like, well, maybe. It's like, no, stick your grounds and make them fucking do 60. I'm tired of 30 being fine. Because then they're like, well, we're hitting like 24 to 30, so we're close. No, fuck you. 60.
I mean, Philip Spencer came out and said a while back that games literally feel different on next gen because of 60 frames per second
and I'd love
stuff
that
like
to be
that.
Standard, because like it is kind of hard to notice the difference unless you go back and forth. But if 60 was the standard, you get more used to it and would know when you're playing 30.
So do you think that he shouldn't have backtracked on what he said in terms of like requiring? I mean, he didn't say the words requiring, but that's how people took it. Do you think he should have, like, Xbox and PlayStation together, like, should just decide 60 frames per second is what we're hitting this gen?
Yeah, I mean, because the thing, it's just annoying, because it's like they want to not make someone else look bad who's obviously probably giving them money.
I mean, but, Ubisoft only has 20 studios working on Assassin's Creed.
I know.
That's probably why there's poor optimization. They've got 3,000 people working on this one fucking game. Jesus Christ.
It's like, man, we can't optimize it, so just keep adding more people. Eventually it'll work. Which is like, that was the first time when I'm like, shit, I don't think this is going to be as good as I was hoping. So if you've got 20 studios working on it, and you're like, 30 FPS is fine, right out the gate when next gen is supposed to be like big, and that was a big talk, was that going into 60 frames per second should be normal. I mean, PC has been shitting on console for so long, because 60 is kind of standard on PC.
Yeah.
And then obviously going up, and now 144 is what's kind of people want.
Yeah.
And 60 on console, it's achievable on pretty good, well-optimized games on current fucking gen. And I mean, the Xbox and the PS5 are how much stronger than the freaking current consoles? Isn't it almost like same in comparison of jump between like last gen, where it was stupid in difference? But
I mean, if you think, or if you take what Phil Spencer said to be truthful, he said next gen is going to be like the jump from 2D to 3D. So that's what he said. I don't know.
A lot of it sounds right. And obviously, I mean, in the beginning,
3D is trash. So
I mean,
fuck all 3D games.
In some instances, it makes sense because we're at the new gen. So obviously, optimization isn't so great yet. But freaking getting that much power, you should be able to go into frame rate. And some people are just like 4K graphics. Well, if it runs like a fucking ant that's drunk, but it looks pretty,
well.
Fuck.
So they talked about, more details came out about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and they talked about it not being as long of a game as Origins and Odyssey.
That's kind of
like a good thing because those games are filled with filler.
Yeah.
Where you've got to track all the way across the map to do a certain quest or whatever.
I literally I did a mission last night on Origins where I had to walk all the way across the map, all the way across the desert to kill a goat.
And then walk all the way back to complete the quest.
Give the animal its final rites and be like, oh, thank you. I took its skin and ran all the way back. with the skin.
Why'd you think it?
Because that's what Egyptians do, I guess.
It can't hear you.
Jeez, it's like
It's dead, Troy.
I
didn't
It's
make
as
the
dead
choices.
as any dead animal that's ever died.
Apparently, their leveling system's going to be a lot different too.
Okay.
Was what I was.
they're
only
kind of
level
like I think
5.
they're trying to backtrack on maybe what are some of the negatives that people go into when it comes to Odyssey and Origins. Because I mean, yeah, I've heard that they're kind of filler heavy, and I wouldn't
Odyssey
mind it
is
to not be.
very filler heavy, and the map is so ungodly big.
Yeah, I mean, heck, the first freaking island is huge.
Yeah, and that's just like that's the littlest island, pretty much.
Yeah, I've seen. But I mean, I love Vikings, and I hope that this is good. But them saying like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be big next gen." Yeah, 30 FPS.
But I mean, if you look at look at launch games from this gen, like Rise Son of Rome is the one I always come back to, and even Dead Rising 3. Like Dead Rising 3 looks like shit.
Yeah.
They just managed to fit 1,000 zombies on the screen, which is cool.
It was
doesn't
fun.
look good, and it was fun. But
I remember that because I almost got an Xbox because of Rise Son of Rome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't, but I almost did.
I mean, that trailer showed well,
but
the game, it's okay.
I've
Like,
heard it's
especially when
pretty
you
fun.
look back now,
Yeah,
it's just kind of okay.
Yeah. I really, it's a bummer that these now generations of games and stuff have just such a massive hard on for what they say is resolution, graphics, and just making it so good, but the performance is terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, can we get better performance?
Right.
Higher frame rates and just games that work better. You know, the graphics don't need to be 8 fucking K right now if your game runs at 12 frames per second, but it's 8K.
Right.
It looks pretty. When the screen moves, a screenshot looks great.
Screens don't have to move if they're pretty.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, but it's like an argument like that versus how many people are going to be bothered by 30. I mean, I know a lot of people.
There's a lot of people bothered
I know,
right now.
but is that the majority?
No.
It's a vocal minority, probably, kind of thing.
Yes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
I would say, like, I think it's a little bit bigger because people, again, when they said 60, and that's been a lot of talk of jumping in that frame rate, which there have been people recently who've been complaining about the performance and low frame rates. And so, like, them saying on the next box that it's 30, everybody's like, hold up a minute. Because I was seeing quite a bit of outrage, not just a small bit, but maybe,
I guess from where I'm at, like, just as a gamer, I would have to, like, really sit down and determine what games have I played that are in 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Like, which
I have
games.
no idea.
I have no idea either, because they run at whatever they run at, and I play the game. Like, and I'm the person that should be upset by that. Like, as if it looks good, it looks good. I'm kind of, I don't know.
That just to me seems like poor optimization, which could run into other problems.
It's like with Gears, everybody was all up in arms because they chose 30 over 60, but they explained why they chose 30, that it just, everything looks like the way Gears movement works. It looks better in 30 frames than it would ever look. Like, it wouldn't look good in 60 frames.
Right.
There's some games that are just made for 30 frames a second.
Yeah.
And I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I just played Gears Tactics, and it looks like dog shit on the computer.
Thanks, Troy.
Now, like, I would say in some instances...
My good old piece of shit.
I mean, the gameplay looks good, but the cutscenes look like shit.
That's more of they chose something for what's better for the game. I'm like, yeah, this is a choice that actually worked, and it did work. The way they made it sound is more just like they don't want to optimize. They just want to get it out, and it's going to be what it is. Because it's not like, oh, yeah, Assassin's Creed, it's cinematic, so we got to do 30 because that's just how it works.
I mean, Gears is very much a game that's about, like...
And I mean, it's
a Twitch game,
Yeah.
right? Like, you very specifically need to shoot at these exact frames, and if they threw that off, people would not be happy.
And to me, it seems more like when I've played it, that game is sluggish, but like in a good way. Like that fits more. So it'd be
The characters are heavy.
Yeah. It's a heavy game. That makes sense to be at a lower frame rate if it works for it. Where this doesn't sound like, oh yeah, we're choosing 30 because that's what's best for it. This is just It doesn't sound
I haven't
like,
I haven't like listened to what they've said at all. But from what I've played of, I haven't played Odyssey, but from what I've played of Origins, it's freaking cutscene heavy, and that's what it's like. It looks pretty.
Yeah.
It looks pretty when it's in a cutscene. I mean, it looks good anytime.
Right.
But from what I've played of these newer Assassin's Creed games, which isn't that much, there's a lot of cutscene, and maybe that's all they're talking about when they say that 30 is the cutscenes, because they look better in 30.
I'd have to.
You know,
look, but I don't think
you don't. But we don't know. It's just
I would want 60
talking.
to become the standard, so we can start getting up in terms of that being better. 30 can it's okay, but they're like, oh, 30's fine, and I don't think it is, because I played a lot of games where like Last of Us, for instance, when it originally came out, it was 30, and then when they remastered it, they did 30. They did 60. You could choose to play in 30 if you wanted to, and I went back and forth, and I'm like, man, 30 doesn't look so good, and I play in 60, and it's nice. That's why, like, some of the remasters I like in 60. What I've played of a lot of games that can run in either 30 or 60, I've enjoyed 60 more, because it's just cleaner, looks better, and yeah, I want that to become the standard for console, because it's been long that we've been in 30 FPS is okay since freaking the beginning of the 360 and PlayStation era. 30 FPS is fine. No,
right.
We should be jumping up a good bit.
I mean, judging by that tech demo that we just watched, I think games obviously are going to look better in next gen, and I could not be more excited about what we have coming up here. I've been reading a bunch of reports about the cost of the next console. So Jeff Keighley did an interview with Michael Proctor, and he's like an industry insider. Well, they both kind of are, but Michael Proctor's like an industry insider for it's fine. An industry insider for like the game's business side, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And he said that he thinks that Microsoft is going to wait and see what the PlayStation launches at, and then whatever they launch at, the Xbox Series X is going to be $100 cheaper. So
that's a big dick move right there.
Yeah. And according to him,
that'd be the smartest thing to do.
According to him, the reason is that there is so much like in the PS5 that that Sony can't afford to sell it for less than $500 or somewhere around there, like $450 to $500. And Microsoft, being a larger company with huge pockets, which is something that we talked about already, could afford to lose money on the first 10 million units of the Xbox Series X that they sell. And that was my idea from the beginning. So it's cool to see like that echoed by somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Big dick energy.
Yeah.
Though we'll just have to see, because both of them are trying to fuck each other over.
Yeah.
So I will say that tech demo makes me very excited to see what they do in the next God of War.
I can't wait to see the new Fortnite.
I mean, Epic has like cool games that they're just sitting on IP. Like Unreal Tournament was super cool, and it would be cool if that were one of those. They
brought it back once though, and it wasn't cool.
I know, but I still have faith, Troy.
I want them to bring back, I don't know if it was Epic, probably didn't make the game, but I'm just saying in general, I want them to bring back the Deadliest Warrior games, okay?
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You never played the Deadliest Warrior games?
I did. It was awful.
It was a great game.
What?
What are you talking about?
What was awful?
Shut your mouth, you're a moron.
It was a fun game. What the fuck are you talking about?
It was barely okay.
It was a Discover Channel game, right?
Yeah, because it was based on the freaking show.
Yeah.
All right, we have got to get out of here, listeners. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Crazy Train of Thought episode, whatever the fuck we're on, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. I've been your host, Ryan Wolf. Philip,
sitting in a corner.
Philbo Swaggins joined us.
Bowling for soup.
I really like bowling for soup. But Justin has joined us today. Troy.
Dude, I hope this video stuff works. I'm excited.
Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for watching, too. For those of you that checked out our video, we're going to ride out to some music this week. We have not featured any music in a long time. This is MK Khan and his track Beach Drive. And
he gave us permission to use this track.
We have permission to use this track, featuring it as our outro music. I really love this track, Beach Drive is the perfect name for this. I want to get into a convertible and just drive
This
down.
seems like one of those games where like you're playing the old racer game and you're on it like by a beach.
Yes, it's so good. So thank you so much to MK Khan for letting us use this track. You can find him on Twitter. I probably should have had that ready. Sorry. Khan!
Dance.
Revolution.
Are we gonna write lyrics to his?
Driving in a car.
Right there. Oh, you missed it.
On the beach.
Okay, you can find him on Twitter
Brought to
at
you
ConSynth.
by Troy Sav.
KHAN Synth. And you can find him on Spotify at MKCon. That's M.K.space.con. So don't put a space in between M and K because it won't pop up. He also has merch available. Pretty badass shirts on his Twitter account here.
Shirts.
You can find his merch at consynth.com/merch. KHANsynth.com/merch. So next time you see me, I will be wearing one of these shirts. We are out of here. Thank you.
No.
Bye.
Driving on the beach. Yeah.
That's all, folks. Okay, we'll just come back from break.
I had planned on that.
Find the zone.
Oh, wait. I wanted to turn this to this side somehow.
You're going to give him an aneurysm.
Just unplug it?
What are you talking about?
You can hear the rage.
This is encircling my face on the video and it bothers me. I feel like it should be over here.
Yeah, it should. You're right.
Can I unplug it?
I guess.
Wait, that won't. No, because there's a specific spot where it plugs. Ow!
Got it. Kind of.
That's not better.
Nope. Sorry. It was. I was looking at the video and it was bugging me.
I had it like that.
Okay. It wasn't though.
Well, I don't know what Colin fucking.
Hey,
Yeah.
Justin.
Colin.
Have you heard about what's happening in the basement?
Too, if you like tilt
My
it
uncle's down
backward.
there.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't want to know what's happening in the basement. Not again. Not again.
Now you sound like Pennywise.
I do?
Yeah. Have you not seen the new It?
Okay.
You sound like him.
Interesting.
And then if you just go down a bit. Just go down a bit. Yeah. That is exactly like it. That is creepy.
That is very interesting.
We all float down there.
I'm like a clown that doesn't hit puberty.
Now you just sound goofy.
Hello, governor.
Can we unplug his mic again?